Why, hello everyone, hello, how you guys all doing today? You guys doing great? You guys doing awesome? You guys doing amazing? Hopefully you guys doing great, awesome, amazing today, because we have another special guest for you today. Another amazing one, and you're gonna be awestruck by this design, because she is so gorgeous. Like, you just want to fluff all her tail. Her tail is so fluffy, and so much hair. I'm probably gonna have to clean up a lot for the end of this one. But yeah, let's get to know her and see how she goes. Let's see if she's ready to join us right now. Cool, let's get this going. Hello. Hi. Hi. There's a lot of you. There's a lot of you to go by. Yes.
Yes.
But I love it. I think it's great. You know, I love the brightness. Like you said before, we will see you from afar, and if not,
yeah.
we will hear from you from afar.
I'm a walking traffic cone. It's great.
Well, it's still great. Like your tail is massive. Like that thing is bigger than your whole body.
It is. It was something that I very much wanted. It's so that way I can hide me, and I believe if it was apparently decided on by the community that it is kind of like what you call it, like oh god, it's like a magic reference where it's just like it's like a bag of holding basically.
A bag of holding, you just like throw
Yeah.
things inside of it. You just pull up drinks and you pull up like
I just like
umbrellas and stuff like that.
drinks, weapons, bodies, who knows, but like, you know, I just easily just like it's very,
Aw.
very easy to just kind of bring around this way.
Dude, I just learned that red pandas will actually grab their own tail and sleep with it, which is so
Really?
adorable. Yeah, apparently that's what they do. So that's so adorable.
Maybe
I
we
love it.
share something.
I think you and red pandas definitely share something. Yes, you
Oh
guys
my
are both very
goodness.
fluffy, very fluffy. Her tail has access to the hemisphere. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
here, come close, come close. I want to
close.
see. I
Come
want to see if I. No. Whoa, hi. Whoa. She reaches.
get closer.
She reaches closest. She has that
I-
ability. She has the ability to go. "Ooh."
Yes, I like to call it as it's my like breaking the fourth wall moment of like you're probably wondering how I got here.
You probably wonder how I got in this one space. You know. I love it. Okay,
Oh
come
my
again.
goodness.
Hey, come closer
Oh, you're
over
ready to
here.
go.
Come over here.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to reach inside your tail.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. You can get close. You can get close. Definitely. Hey, get a little bit closer, please. It's a little closer.
Goodness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
It's at risk of suffocating, so.
I found this. I don't know what this is.
Oh.
But that's something else. Let's see. What else I got? You guys don't know. You guys don't know what I'm doing. Obviously.
Let me see.
I found a hand.
Sounds about right.
Where did the hand come from?
I cannot disclose this information.
Well, sus.
not
Little
me.
sus.
No. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't even worry about it.
I don't know if I can feel anything. Ow! Freaking ow! What was that?
It bites.
Yeah, apparently. Jeez. You know, you go back to your seat. You go back to seat. That's
It's
a little
probably,
dangerous.
honestly, one of my gremlins from my freaking community. It wouldn't surprise me.
Which one were you guys bit me? Which one you guys bit me? I know one you guys bit me. Ow! Freaking that
It
hurt.
wouldn't surprise me. They're feral.
See that? You stole her Fidget cube. Sorry, I didn't mean it. But hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to the fun little talk show I like to do each and every week, where we get to know a very brand new VTuber and get to know them a little bit. Today we have a lovely, beautiful fluffy tail of a kitsune here. How about you introduce yourself to very few people who might not know who you are?
My name is Taiga May. I am a fall-fennec kitsune. I am a variety streamer, V-singer, and absolute gremlin, but also just chaos child.
This chaos child. I love it. That's actually interesting. You mentioned that you're a singer, a V-singer. Is that true? Oh, so you do like covers or make your own music?
So I am trying to get more into pushing out something that's a little bit more professional. I have a lot of years of experience under my belt for it. I opened debut actually, like I am very much a procrastinator, and that is in all aspects of my life, unfortunately. so like, so literally days before debut, like literally like 2 days, I was still recording, um, and I didn't prepare as well for it, so I mixed my own stuff and everything. It was very raw vocals and everything, and I actually covered 3 different songs before I went live, and or while I was live before I was on screen. It makes sense. And I'm hoping to kind of actually start putting out something that's a little bit more professional. I have something in mind for where I want to go through for those aspects and everything. But yeah, I do a little bit of the sing, a little bit.
A little bit of the sing. Well, I know some people in chat was asking if you're gonna sing today. I think Zero was asking. I don't know if you want to. You totally can. I wasn't planning on that, but if you want to sing for a little bit for us, you totally can. You totally can. But I just like your voice. Like I think that's the first thing I heard you talking about, which is your voice, and I was like, I was not expecting. Like I think your voice is very cute. It's very nice and very sweet. I was expecting a little bit more of like the mommy voice though, you know, like hello, like the ada kind of situation, you know. Nothing wrong with it.
Funny.
I love it. I love it still. I think it's great. Can you do like an ada verse like that?
I apparently like this. It's very funny because this happened recently on the stream too. I'm very much a tomboy first, which I'm sure that vibe is like. It will start to cross over a little bit because I'm very much leading into my, oh dude, what's up kind of vibe.
Yo, dude, bro, yo, guys.
Yeah, dude, bro, what's up? And so I'm definitely not mommy, but it doesn't mean I can't. Like it's definitely there. So
you definitely do it. You can definitely do it. Oh, I see. I love that switch too. You're like, I don't know.
Yes, I was. I believe I put it on how I put it on stream of like, if you can't handle me at my ha papa, you don't deserve me. I'm like,
Oh, I see. Well, I can see why chat's broken right now. I see the little like zoning of the brain. I love it. I love how Blue Iron Shark was like, it should have been me, not him. Hey, like the tail is very fluffy. I will definitely say, but it does smell like Cheetos, so maybe I have to watch out for that.
Is so... Okay, listen.
I'm just saying.
Time.
I'm just saying. That's what it smells like, and it also it kind of hurts every now and then. So definitely.
A little bit. a little bit. It is very much one of my most favorite things I love about this design. I was very particular in who I picked to rig it as well, because that was actually one of the reasons why I picked them as well, because they do really great tail rigging.
Well, I can see that. Like, oh my god, like that tail is really good. Like, there's so much detail in it. I love the waviness, and it's like it shakes more happy you are.
Yes, it's triggered to my smiling. And overall just kind of like reactives and like expressions and stuff like that. It also has dimension in the sense of like, if I'm looking over here, if I look over here, it goes
that's cool.
with the wave. It's
really
something
well
I'm very
done.
proud of.
Very well made. That person did an amazing job. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Okay, cool. It's very sensitive. Pasta, I don't think it's that sensitive. I don't think it's really that sensitive. I don't know. And it looks like Cyber says that we are all in there. Is that what it is? All your communities inside that tail.
Yes. If they're okay, who knows? But they're here. I take my kids with me.
Yeah, just come with it, guys. We're all going to go to Walmart. Come on, guys, we need to go.
Yeah.
Let's hear her sing her heart out. The reason why I titled it. The reason why I titled it "Let's Hear Her Sing Her Heart Out" was because this lovely kitsune made it really hard for me to know what she does, because she doesn't really write about it. So when I make my titles, I usually base off of the intro, and all I got that I thought was really cool was the fact that she's a singer, and I don't get many singers on my shows. So I thought, I just make my title based off of her as a singer. Now I don't think
that surprises me, honestly.
Right? Like I thought it was actually very rare to see like that many singers, which is weird. There's a lot of voice actors. Who like to be VTubers. And I feel like a lot of voice actors can sing. So I know.
I would love to be able to do stuff like that. I think it's definitely like those two things go very much hand in hand, and if given the opportunity, I would absolutely love to do that.
What?
um,
But yeah, no. Sorry, I'm reading what Pasta was
you're
saying.
fine.
But Pasta, you, my friend, you're sus. You're sus. I won't say it. I won't say anything else. You're my sussy friend. But it's okay. It's okay. So just as a reminder for everyone, you guys can ask as many questions as you want. This is the VTuber talk show where we ask all these questions. I'll be asking 15 questions to our lovely guest Tiger over here, and we'll be also be going into your questions. So this is your chance. If you ever wanted to ask a question to our lovely Fox friend over here, this is your time to do it. Now, if you guys do not have a question but still want to tribute to the stream, we do have this fun little spin the wheel where we can have you guys spin. You guys can redeem it, and a random question will pop up, and you will have to answer it. You will have to answer it, no matter what controversy question it is. Like, what condiments you put on your hot dog.
Oh God.
I don't think it'll get any. I don't think it'll get any worse than that though. I don't think it's worse.
No, that's really rough.
Yeah, so you gotta watch out. Those are the kind of things you gotta look forward to. You have to look forward to. And Blue Iron Shark, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. But cool, yeah. It's gonna be a fun, chill, vibey kind of place. Sit back, relax, get some popcorn. Get the popcorn out of her tail because I'm pretty sure it's nice and popped already. Nice. I'm pretty sure it stays warm. I'm pretty sure it stays warm.
Oh yeah, I'm a fall Fennec Kitsune, so it's like, and it's funny because I started off spring, because I thought I liked more of like the color palette and everything, but at heart I am a fall girly, so it was just kind of like it went hand in hand, because I was trying to find a reason of how maple leaves are a big part of my design. I was trying to figure out if there was a way to have that incorporated while still being a spring fox, and apparently you can, because they have like Japanese maple blossoms that are something that do bloom in spring. But in the end, I am a fall person.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. Be who you want to be, and that's totally good. It's totally good. Now, have you ever thought about like being like different like designs depending on which season it is? So, like whenever we get in different seasons, like if we get closer to like if we get closer to like winter, would you be like a winter thing?
So I do have something on the back burner right now that is kind of like a surprise. I guess you could say something like a winter coat that is, I've kind of been messing with Taiga's layers and stuff. So as of late, chat knows that I like to color different parts of Taiga. Like I've spent hours of just like changing. Once I figured out that I could, there was no stopping me. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. So,
I can do it. I can do everything. Power.
My hair. I've changed my hair to like green and purple and stuff just alone when they announced like the second Beetlejuice was coming out. And I was excited because I love that movie. So I've done that. I had my 24-hour stream I did. That was one of the incentives for. I had very few because I just really wanted to do just the 24-hour stream. So there was like three I think incentives that people could like participate in if they wanted to. One of them was I would change my hair color like right there on the spot. And so I sat there and I did we went through a couple iterations because it did take me a minute. So like I was like, there was neon green, and then we did pink, and then we stayed pink I think for the rest of the stream. And it was really funny because one of my favorite streamers and mod of Shade is a pastel demon witch, and so I was like, oh man, pink looks really good on Taiga.
You know, I like pink. I like pink.
It looked really good, and I'm not a pink person. I'm different. I like purple.
I don't like pink. I'm a purple person.
So it's been really fun being able to like. I can still change aspects of stuff on her while still getting to like my design and everything. Although there's plans and stuff for the future. So excited.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see more about you. I'm looking forward to all the cool, awesome things you have, and it looks like you have a lot of good things in the making. I'm looking forward to this. Really cool. That's the new rigging thing I have never seen. Yes. Oh, you mean the moving forward thing? Yeah, that's the cool little feature. It's like cool.
My lean.
Yeah, your lean.
My lean was updated actually very recently. So along at the same time, I got the oh my goodness. this toggle was around
Oh.
the same time that my art papa was just like, would you like me to update that? And I was like, sure. And he went his tweet, I think, of him posting just the him working on it shot off everywhere. And so of course it's pinned on my Twitter because it was just it's so dramatic of just how much she pops out.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking. That's definitely a jump scare right there. Like, cool.
Yes, which I think is hilarious because there's nothing worse than just being like somebody being little gremlin in chat and being like, "I see you, get seen."
What are you doing? What are you doing over there? I see you. What you doing? I like that. That's good. That's good. I like that. That's good. That's actually should be used for those people who are like, hey, stop it. I see you. Watching you. I love it. I think it's cool. It's so not sure, but you should question Tyga's connection with Clissy.
Oh my god, no.
What is the Clissy you speak of?
So one of my other friends, one of my favorite streamer friends, Spooky, a common. Let me see how I can word around this as least sus as possible.
You can be sus. Don't worry. You can be sus. So you don't have to mute yourself on this one. You should be good.
Oh my gosh. It is an ongoing joke that they are a fan of like clown girls. And that is a word that has spawned as you can, if you could put two and two together of how that word is of Clissy. And so I changed as a surprise to them. I changed Tyga's colors to it's a bit clownish and everything. I said I wasn't gonna do it today because I was like they have been like, all obsessed with it because I have made it only so that way the only reason it gets activated is if that friend does it. So it's not just everybody gets to use it or anything
only
like that.
That person.
Yes, only that person. But it started as a joke, and I did it just like randomly off stream one night when I was like, it was like treating Tyga like a coloring book. I was just changing all my layers and everything, and I was like, I don't know when I'm ever going to use this. And I didn't at first didn't want to let them know because I knew they would tease me about it because that's the ongoing joke of chat, bullies me. So
But Chad just bullies you. No worries.
I did it, and then on one of the times that I was collabing with that friend, it happened to be their affiliate anniversary, so I surprised them already just having it and was like, okay, I guess today is the moment that I'm going to use it. So now that Tyga exists, I believe we've referred to her as Clasaiga, and apparently, which we all agreed sounded like a medication, and I'm apparently an antidepressant, which made me feel so honored.
Yeah, well, you exude like positive energy, like you like addicted, like I just talking to you just a little bit just makes me want to smile just because of how much interested you in on everything that's going on. So I like that. It's a good compliment.
I appreciate that so much.
Of course, it's true. It's 100%. Like I love it. I think it's really good. You do have very like warm energy with you, and that's kind of like the fall kind of style of it. So I like it.
I'm very unashamedly me, and it's something that I'm very proud of, but also wish that sometimes I would just not say a lot of the words that come out of my mouth.
Nah, what's the worst thing that will happen? Like what? People will clip it?
I get clipped in 4K. That's what happens.
That's not the worst thing. People love that. Love to clip people. A zero budget. I believe that the leaning began with the Iron Mouse. She added a lean to one of her new models, and a lot of VTubers wanted similar. I think Tyga is definitely one of the more aggressive versions. Oh, yes. Aggressive. Like what the frick? I love it.
So I used to already have the lean. Like it was very subtle. So like this just kind of like it was so funny too because when they sent it to me, I was like, I didn't realize it was initially before I had to kind of recalibrate. It was very sensitive. So it activated as simple as like I would just like pull my chair up or something, and she's just like through the screen. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, but I know like Kevin, who's like the really famous like rigger who does a lot of VShojo characters. He showed it off, and people went just ham on that. Just went ham.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% believe. Actually, I guess I should say I don't believe in gatekeeping at all. So I'm always down. Like people ask me for like the different assets and stuff that I use sometimes on stream and stuff. I'm like, I'll give it to you. I'll give you the link, whatever you want to use. think this is such a great way to express yourself. And I think the hardest thing is people feeling like the strength to ask, because like they get really intimidated, or they think people won't tell them because everybody wants to be different. It's very hard to stand out. I believe that totally. And it was one of the risks I took with making Taiga, honestly, just regular, like a red fox, in my opinion, because I was just like, she the design of it just being like regular red fox colors is like, it's very simple, but I like simple.
Yeah.
I like this design. For me, I never get sick of it. I've had her look like this since I started like VTubing, and I was worried that I would eventually like get tired of my design, and I haven't. And I'm like, I'm still obsessed with her as I've created her and everything that's gone on. But it's like, that's, I think, the most important thing is like, don't make yourself stand out if it is for anybody else except you. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
As long as you enjoy. As long as you
yeah,
enjoy, that's what it's.
absolutely.
100%, 100%. Cool, cool. I love it. I love it. Well, don't worry. We'll probably have a lot more clippable moments throughout this stream, so stay tuned. Get you a clippable moment. Either something I said or something you said.
Fantastic.
Perfect, perfect. No
Oh,
worries, it'll be good,
God.
it'll be good. But first, before we get into any of my questions, looks like Pasta would like to ask you a question. So let's get into the
Yeah.
first spin of the night. Are you guys ready, guys? Spin, spin, spin. Get all the nice good spins. And a lot of these questions, I've been told by a lot of people that they really like it. Which, this is not a question, and I'm actually really surprised that this actually got landed on, but I didn't
I
mean
got
it.
you.
I got you. But you know,
I'll even do.
you know, Pasta
uh,
would get this question. He would get this one. You would have gotten this one.
It's funny too, because it's very much like I was saying, where it's like, I'm not mommy. I'm just a gremlin that knows what I'm
Just
doing.
gremlin,
And
just
so
gremlin.
so like I have a redeem over at my channel that, like, I have my own of that redeem, and I have one that is referred to as, it was originally supposed to be like master slash mistress. It would be,
Oh.
it's, you would pick which one you prefer to go by, and then your name. And it has gone so off the rail, where it's like, it doesn't
Whoa.
even say that anymore. They'll say like, if they were here right now, my friend Noku always loves to exploit it, and which I let them to a certain extent. There was one day, I think, where I was like, you get one word.
One
And
word.
they were just like, they were having them say all kinds of stuff and everything. But I will give you that question in the format that I always do all my redeems, like that.
Okay, okay.
Ana.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
So
The
yeah.
ada. You know what? I can see why people redeem it quite often. I can see. I
Yeah,
can
and
definitely
it's
see.
funny because it's like right after that, it's like it goes from that to just like, okay, guys, here we go. Like,
Yum, 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 yum.
the energy
Ada,
just
ada.
is all over the place.
I love it. I love it. That's so good. And you have a certain other member of the Tiger clan that always asks for a very specific master redeem almost every stream. Whoa. You got some sus
Yes.
people in your streams. I love them. I love them.
do.
They're great. They're great.
We are gremlins first, degenerates second, but it is very much, everybody is at least understanding of not making me feel uncomfortable.
That's good. That's good.
They all know if kind of like if that goes too far, because as much as I want to, like, I don't, that's not my entire vibe at all or anything. I do understand that like Taiga presents very intimidatingly in a certain facet, and then they get to know that I am just unhinged and gremlin as hell.
they come in for the mommy energy and they stay
And
for the
they're
gremlin
wrong.
energy. They're
And
wrong.
they get so they're wrong. It's so wrong.
You know what? I think people stay because, you know, like, hey, you know what? I'm wrong. But I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I was shocked. I was shocked, but I'm okay. Cool.
And it's funny because I have friends who very much do exude that energy, that love to tease me and all kinds of stuff, and I'm always like pushing for them. I'm just like, oh, if you want that energy, I'm like, I got someone that would outdo that any day.
Well, hey, it's always good and nice. It's good. It's good. It's a good way to like do that with all the people. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Awesome, awesome. Well, while we get some water in ourselves, because we got a redeem and a stretch, we're going to do another spin. Because we're getting all the challenge points for you. All the challenge points. Awesome. Okay, cool. Here's another one. You said you are a person of culture. So let's find out how cultured you are. And we will totally not judge you by that answer.
Oh God! It's like out of everything, I'm like, oh my gosh, the anxiety.
Yes, the anxiety. We all
Oh
will
my
now
goodness.
judge you.
Ooh, okay, so let me see. It's funny because like it's one of my most favorite animes, and it does tie into Taiga as well. So I think that is why. It is it's something called Kami-sama Kiss.
Oh, I've heard of that.
It is one of my favorite animes, which is as like as dude bro as I can be. It is one of my most favorite like how you say like nice romance animes, if you will. But I think it's very wholesome. And it's actually one of my first. My first anime was Toradora.
Yep.
Um,
I feel like
and-
that is definitely like because when I heard Taiga was your name, I was like Toradora.
So that's where that was.
I had a
So, like,
feeling.
oh my goodness! So that was where when I originally my first actual like name that I had when I was first streaming was something different. And when I was changing it to kind of go this direction, I didn't want it to fully be that I named myself Taiga because of that character, even though that does play into it.
Oh.
Because the small little angry, emotional little bean is me. Okay.
I
So
am the
was just like,
bean. I am the
I
bean.
am her. And I didn't want it to just tie into that character, and I did some background a little bit of like what is a taiga, and a taiga refers to kind of like greenery, mossy type swampland a little bit.
Okay.
Which is very much my vibe. Is I am a hippie in the woods.
Hippie in the woods, kind of like.
Mhm.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
So
Right.
yes. And so when I did May, I thought it was I just liked how May rolled off the tongue. I also just happen to like the month of May for me is I think it's one of the few months that I have where I'm like, this doesn't have anything like this is gonna sound terrible. Like doesn't have anything traumatic that happens in this month. So it was like, oh, this is safe.
It's a safe month. No one complains about May. Nah, no, nothing
Right,
crazy
right.
happens in May.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that's how that went. I was originally, and it's actually my Final Fantasy name.
Oh.
Where I was gonna combine both of those animes protagonist names, where I was gonna go in Kami-sama Kiss, the character there is named Nanami Momozono, and then so you have Aisaka Taiga, and I was gonna go Taiga Momozono, but I was like, I feel like that's so much, and I'm like, I feel like I lose a bit of me in there that it just becomes the anime at that point, so I was like, I want to separate this, so instead that just became my Final Fantasy name. So if you see me playing 14, no you didn't.
You did not. You totally did not see like some random
you did
foxes
not.
running around as Taiga Mitsumosume.
No, you didn't see me.
No, I didn't see it. That's it. Well, I do like May. I like May is really cool. So like Taiga May is actually really nice because you want to be nice and quick, and you also want to be easy to like spell and like pronounce. You know,
And
people with the really long ones.
different ways to refer to me. So I'm like, they can either call me Taiga or Tai or May or any like format of that. I respond to most things except furry.
I didn't say it. I was going to say anything about that, but I was saying, I was like,
That is a common thing that they like to bully me about. It is like, and it's a joke. It's 100% a joke where it's just like, oh, I don't have any problem with it. I am not one, but they love to sit there and do that to me all the time and everything, which it's an ongoing thing. So, which I adore them, but I also equally want to shove them all into a jar.
just put them in the jar. Just put it in Orange Cat. I can see Orange Cat.
No.
I can see Orange Cat. You know, I can definitely. But no,
Oh,
like.
God.
I will definitely say that's like the debate, about furry community is like, is it really a furry if it just has the ears and a tail, or is it when you get closer to the line that's the color? I think it's not a furry if it's just ears and tail, in my opinion. But also, some people just think that if you have anything animalistic kind of thing on you, even like canine teeth, they call you a furry.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I don't know where the line is drawn. I don't actively participate in it and everything. I don't judge those that do. To each their own. Absolutely. I'm
Mm.
just not a part of it. I just wanted to be a fox
I just
girl.
want to be fox. Why not? You know what? I agree. You know what? You should be a fox. You should be a fox. I want you being a fox. So I think that's good. I think it's fine. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You are a fox and you enjoy it. Can you contact Naku for the pledge?
Oh God, my friend Noku has Noku is both one of my best friends and also top tier menace to the community.
Sounds
he
awesome.
Oh gosh, he has some very silly things that the chat likes to use that he will normally copy and paste and everything, which is why I'm also kind of relieved that he has not shown yet.
Oh. When he shows up here, guys, when he shows up here, we'll be asking him a lot of questions.
Oh God.
But before we do that, let's get into my first question for you. And what
Yeah.
better way to ask the first question of the night of just starting from the very beginning? Why and when did you want to get into streaming?
Oh my goodness. It has been a couple years actually, and I had to think about that. Like I had to figure out how far back I was willing to go and not be talking along forever about it because there were so many things that this journey has taken me on. I've enjoyed every bit of it as well. So originally I started back in like 2018. I was a flesh streamer. Oh my gosh, I know, very very controversial.
What? You were like you? Oh no! How dare you do that? That's too. Nah, that's bad. You never want to do that.
No.
Yeah, no one wants to be a flesh tuber.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
no.
was I first started and I was in a different living situation. But I was first introduced to Twitch. And I was just kind of like it was based off a friend and a past relationship and everything that it was kind of like, whoa, this is like really cool. I was like, man, people come and hang out with you while you play video games? And I'm like, that's insane.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I I've been more of a console person all my life, so specifically PlayStation. And so I had never even thought of the idea of like touching a PC. I was like, I don't know what this world is about. This is strange. And it's like when I first started, I was playing stuff mainly Shell Shock.
Oh.
I was playing mainly that. I had it very notoriously. One of my dear longtime friends that I still know from that time was my very first raid. And when that happened, I remember I was freaking out because I thought I broke something.
Oh.
I was like, I was in a call with somebody and I was like, oh my God, it says I got raided. What happened? And they're like, oh, and they're like, they took their stream and they brought it to your stream. And I was like, what? Like you can do that? Like I was like, that's crazy.
Oh no, I broke it. No.
I freaked. I had a totally like I was very very new, very innocent to the whole thing. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. And so it started there, and that situation unfortunately wasn't able to last for me. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like as soon as I did that, it was like starting an addiction. It was just like once I could no longer do it, I was just infinitely sad. I was like, why? Like this, it was so awesome. Oh. So once I ended up moving, I had to move back home. Tried to do that again and was streaming straight from my PlayStation. And if you like, it was really funny because it made me feel like people were really there to hang out with me. Because if you could see past any of the pixels on my stream, you were a champ.
Oh, wow.
The internet was so bad that it was literally like if anybody actually stayed, I felt like they were actually staying to maybe talk to me because I know they couldn't see anything.
Well, hey, when it comes to streaming, the voice is probably the most important thing. They want to be able to hear you.
Oh yeah. And so I did that for a little bit, and it kind of wasn't able to say something that I was feeling confident in doing because it was so bad. I wasn't in a position to be able to upgrade it from there. And I was like, I need to wait. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this isn't something that I can find myself doing. Flash forward to 2021. That was from 2019. I opened up again and started my journey alongside a very important person to me, and we were streaming from a laptop. and that was we were had I'm very lucky of how much I've progressed in where I am now as far as like the tech and stuff that I have that I use now compared to then. Like I'm so thankful to have at least more than one monitor.
Right? Having
So
two monitors is so nice. Oh my
yes.
god.
And so it was like imagine like you have like chat and OBS and everything all on a laptop screen. But I was living my best life. I was enjoying it so much, and I had like the little I forget what the mic is called, where it's like the little like snow like a little
Blue
it's a
Yeti. Blue
Blue
Yeti.
Yeti, yes.
Yeah.
And I had that, and I was just happy to be there. And I had some of my very first viewers that were coming in regularly, and it turned out to be one of a long-term friend in the end. And I I just was so happy to be a part of it again, and hearing people like have me be a part of their life in any like capacity was so strange to me. I was like, you're taking time out of your day to come and hang out with me. That's insane. And I think of what I love so much about streaming is being able to not only kind of express a lot of like the realness that happens for me, but hearing that people come in and take any of the 2 cents that I say and like applying it to their
Cool.
life of any capacity, it means the world to me that anybody would find what I do like enjoyable and/or like much less like want to keep that energy around.
Ah,
And
you stay.
oh
You
my
give
goodness.
yourself more credit. Give yourself more credit. I appreciate you have some really amazing insights on a lot of things. I appreciate you.
I, it's been awesome, and I really, I'm very thankful for being able to do something like this. I think the reason why I stay in it is I always am excited to come back. I'm always excited to hear about what's been going on in people's lives. It is the like fastest way to have a conversation with lots of people at once as well.
Hmm.
Um, and I have met so many life changing people that I think really came into my life at the time that I needed them to.
Oh.
This past year was a lot happened, a lot of big changes, a lot of personal demons and stuff that
Oof.
happened that I
Oof.
genuinely think I probably wouldn't be in a good place if they weren't there. And I'm like, this is so powerful. This is such a powerful platform to have. And I can't like express how how honored I am that people will just take the most like unashamedly parts of me and are like coming back, and they're like they vibe with it, and I'm like absolutely.
It puts a tear to your eye, right? Like it means a
Oh,
lot.
absolutely. I am such an emotional person, and uh I'm always telling that I'm just like they will start sitting there and telling me such nice things, and like maybe to them it's maybe like such like a small thing, and I'm like stop. I'm like
Well,
I'm going to cry.
Well, get ready for that because it looks like it's going on right now. You're right. 100% Taiga is a very caring and general person. All jokes aside, I love being in your community, even though I haven't been there for that long. And Taiga's a
Oh my
very generally
gosh.
sweet person and someone who actually actively cares. Aw, look
Oh
at the
my
love. Look at the
gosh.
love. So much love. I love it so much.
I'm gonna get you guys.
Well, I think that's great. I love that. I love how it started off
Mhm.
something very small, something that you just found yourself just
Mhm.
really into, and now you are definitely a lot bigger, and you do a lot more stuff,
Yeah.
and you have a community that always supports you, and I think that's really cool.
Yes, and I don't get to do this without them. This is what I always tell them is in the fact of just showing up. Like I think people get it really like in their head that like in order to grow from here, like you need all the big stuff, you need to have all the tech, you need to have all this stuff, and it's just like or that they need to like doing like subs and stuff. I'm like that stuff is great. Just showing up and giving any form of your time is big, is huge. You help tremendously showing up.
Which I agree with. Even if you don't even say anything, you just
Hmm.
show up to the streams, it means a lot, and that's why I love them. I love them. They're really good.
Absolutely.
She
But
says
yeah.
she loves it when she gets wholesome, all the wholesome. And
God
I'll
dang,
send you the
guys.
address to help you. Oh, I said all the addresses. Do it. Also, can we talk about something really quick? Why is
Yeah.
there a pledge going on in chat in there early?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my
Like,
god! Okay, so that is the thing I was referring to of Noku. He began that I there is this thing they put their
yes.
propaganda in my chat. I don't support this cult of theirs that they all seem to say that I am a part of, and I'm like I'm not a part of this cult. I'm always warning them. I'm like I'm gonna start. I'm always gonna start timing people out if they start putting their propaganda in my chat.
You can't force them to not worship who they want. That's against the religion. You
Oh
know,
my
that's their
gosh.
religion.
I don't even know when that started. It is now literally when people come into chat now that they literally will start off. I'll get a raid and they will, hi, welcome into the, and they will just start doing like as
Pledge,
though if, yes, they will start
pledge.
doing this pledge. They will start talking about this weird cult that I am not a part of, and
I love how aggressively you get that. I am not a
because
part
I'm
of this
not.
thing.
And they will
Uh,
start doing that. And the funny thing is normally when people come in, they like pick up the vibe where they either run with it and they roll with it, or they're just like, oh wow.
oh wow. Okay, thank you. Like it does look like they're trying to tell you you're a furry though. I'm just gonna
Oh my
say it
gosh,
does it
they're
does say
so
that.
silly.
I love it.
They are so silly.
Well, Cyber would like to ask you a question now on spin the wheel. So we'll do another spin.
Yeah.
I love the spin.
I
The
love
spin's great.
V. V is actually one of my model siblings in the
Oh,
making. We
nice.
both have the same art mama, so
Ooh.
it's very cool.
That one's gonna be really cool. I can't wait to see that Cyber. That'd be really cool. Now,
Yeah.
now this might be when you'll start losing some of your loyal fans.
Uh,
What is the controversial take on your pizza toppings?
Controversial takes. I will scream this from the mountaintops. Don't you dare put pineapple on pizza.
Oh.
Ooh, don't
Oh.
you dare.
Ooh.
We can't be friends. I'm sorry.
No.
It's not how it goes.
I'm glad. I'm glad. No pineapple on pizza. No pineapple pizza. That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Basically, I'm pretty simple about my pizza. I love me an Alfredo pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I like Alfredo. I like pepperonis, and I like mushrooms.
Oh, I like mushrooms, huh? I'm not much of a mushroom person,
Mhm.
but you know what? You like yours. As long as you're not putting fruit on your pizza.
Yeah, no.
No.
It's a crime. It's a crime.
I
Right there.
support her pizza take. I
Thank
like
you.
I like her pizza take. I just don't like mushrooms. I'm just not a mushroom person. I'm just not.
And I totally understand that. It is one of the weirdest things that I very much do like. Like I love like all forms of mushrooms.
All
It's
the
it's such a
mushrooms.
weird thing to be like, yeah, I love those.
Yeah, no, I love this. So great. Oh, see, I'm the same thing with like pickles. I love pickles.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah, exactly. So like I won't like just take it out of a jar and start eating them. No, but if there's like a pickle, like a dill pickle next to like a sub sandwich, oh, I'll eat both. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm very weird, and I like pickles and I like pickle juice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go for it. Go for it. You'll probably be great at the Renaissance Fair then. I know they sell those.
Absolutely. I got to go for the first time last year.
Oh, how did you
It just
think?
never timed out well for me. Like I just have never been able to go, and I got to go last year, and I'm already just like, God, take me again! It was so fun.
It's so much fun. I haven't been there in a couple years, but I'm gonna go next year. This is gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Wheelchair Jesus. Wow, that's an awesome name. you will be getting next spin. You get the next spin. And apparently, Blue Iron Shark has a sussy joke, man. He's afraid to ask it. Oh no.
Sharky.
Oh no, no. Alright, so next question. Do you have an unknown talent that not many people know about?
Ooh, other than I do have one.
Oh, she's
I
shocked
didn't
about
think
that.
about
She's
it.
like, oh no.
I didn't think about it. I'm like, cause like other than like the singing and stuff, like like I used to have a redeem on my channel that I haven't been able to do since my living situation changed a little bit because there is no way to do it quietly. I have to do it very loudly, but I have a slight toad voice that I can
You're
do.
a toad. Hello.
Yes. My throat is a bit fucked up, but like let me see if I can clear it really fast.
Like don't push yourself too hard though. I heard for a little bit. You gotta watch out because Discord likes to cut you off if you go too high.
I used to have it as a Toad voice, and I would have them basically. It would be Toad voice and whatever they wanted me to say, and we've said some very cursed things, like oh my goodness. Let me see. I have to think a little bit.
You also used to have a Nya redeem that mysteriously
did.
vanished one day, huh?
I did because my ADHD would not allow me to remember to keep doing it.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to think of just like there was that, and then we refer to this one as emergency food rations of hi, I'm Paimon. Or
Oh,
something like
emergency!
that, like
I was
things
gonna
like that.
say, like when you said emergency food, it's like, does she mean Paimon? And then you said, I was
Yes,
like, okay,
yes.
she said Paimon. It was Paimon. Yeah,
That's
and
what
you
it
actually
makes
pulled it off pretty well. You pulled it off very well.
My voice is so shot, and I think it's from hanging out with Gab's fucking debut yesterday. So I'm like, I can't do anything today.
It's okay, it's all good. You don't have to go too ham on us today. You don't have to go too
Mhm.
ham. Cool. Alright, well, next question for you, and that is mostly about you being a VTuber gamer. I know you do games every now and then, mostly do singing, but what do you like the most about being a VTuber gamer?
So like I said, like originally I was like flesh streaming. I already am like in these past like few years, so much has changed for me regarding like games and stuff. I was originally exposed to games via like my older siblings. And the one of the oldest like memories I have as far as like like actually like playing some of these games was my brothers had a Dragon Ball Z game. I always forget which one it is. One of my friends knows what it is. I always forget what it is, but it was like like a PvP one where you could fight against each other. And I would watch them play. They would let me play, and then they would start whipping out combos that I didn't know how they did it, and of course not telling me at all how they did it. So um, I got to play that. My dad showed me Tomb Raider. That was really cool. It's one of the really wholesome things that I got to share with him. And then in my one of my like the most like defining moments of me even going anywhere near touching video games was my dad bringing home a box from a garage sale of just a variety of different games.
Ooh.
So I got to dip into Jack and Daxter. I got to dip into I think it was Final Fantasy 12. I forget which one. It was one something along that line. I got to dip into Need for Speed. I got to do a touch along a lot of games. Prince of Persia was one of those as well.
Nice.
And a lot of those really started to form that. The one of my most favorites that I can remember was playing Spyro. Like the original Spyro, and I remember I played it so much that the disc got basically kind of like destroyed. And like so it would load into like the first loading scene, and then it would just freeze, and like I remember having to like bap the PS1 to see if it would start to get it to go before we got a 2, which was like seeing the difference between those consoles was amazing.
Right, when you like start
my
from the
gosh.
PS1, it's like so cool to see like the transition of the different games. You actually thought you were in the future whenever, like,
Yes.
I never expected myself to feel like I was in the future until I got a new system.
Yes, exactly.
It was so good.
The cool thing about being able to do those and the BB tubing. So when I was flesh tubing, I'm already a very animated, expressive person. Like I can't hide how I feel. You know exactly what like how I'm thinking or what I'm feeling. So if I wear my heart on my sleeve big time, and it's both it's an advantage and also a disadvantage for me. And so going and shifting that into doing VTubing was just like even and like it opened up a whole like facet for me of just like cool. I can have this expression where I literally have a toggle that causes my eyeballs to separate. Like it is hilarious. I have one that makes my head huge. I have like I can pout. I can do all these things that I couldn't do just like as myself, but I can still like be very animated and stuff through Taiga. And being able to have that with a video game and being able to like match the energy of whatever I'm playing and change Taiga to match like I'm supposed to be playing Elden Ring for the first time with Nogu, and I already have something as a surprise of how I've altered Taiga to match when we're playing.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm very excited. but it is I don't know. It's been very exciting, and it's a whole new way to express myself. I think a lot of people think that when you get into VTubing, it's mainly to hide who you are, and maybe to some, it helps in that confidence of like I don't have to worry about being perceived in a certain way of like myself. Like I get to do it through my model, which is cool. But overall, like I think it's just because you get to be a cartoon and they can do whatever you want.
Yeah, no, you can become anime. That's like the dream right there.
Yes.
You are anime. Is that like the way we all want to ascend in one day? Just become isekai in anime.
Yes,
No.
absolutely.
No, I love it. I love
So,
it.
I think it's really fun. I think it's really fun.
And that's the cool thing about being a VTuber instead of a flesh tuber like myself, is that yes, I can be very animated. I can have a lot of facial like gestures and like hand models and stuff like that, but I can't literally make my head bigger or my eyes
Right,
separate from
right.
each other. And usually you
Oh my
like,
goodness.
well, you can have that as a joke. You can have that as a meme. You can have that kind
Yeah.
of stuff that, you know. So it's actually really cool and fun when you're able to do all that kind of stuff. So it just adds to your quality, you know.
It definitely took my like my unhingedness and like brought it up like 10 levels. I was like, oh, this is great.
Oh, I can do anything. This would be great. I love that.
Literally.
That's so much fun. That's so much fun. I love it. Cyber, you were saying laser burnt. Are you talking about like discs for the PS1?
Yes, I believe that's what ended up happening. I think
Ah,
it got laser burnt, and it was Spyro, I think, is one of my earliest like games that I remember, because it was I remember playing Jack and Daxter a lot, and I remember there was one very specific mini game in it that I had to actually go ask my brother to play, and it was the first time there was a game I was interested in that I enjoyed, that I watched my brother be frustrated playing, and I was like,
Oh.
ha! Because
Ha!
I was like, I've always gotten every time I played a game with them, it was a game that I always struggled with. And I couldn't figure out or something like that. And so watching him actually like validate that what I was doing was really hard was kind of funny.
It's like, ha! I don't suck. You also suck. So we both suck.
Exactly.
Great. I love it. I love it. That's so good. So good. Okay, so next question for you. You are a Fox VTuber.
Yes, I am a Fennec Fox VTuber,
Fennec
so I get the
Fox.
excuse of why I have gigantic ears.
See. But there's a lot of Fox VTubers out there, aren't there?
Insanely.
It's insane. I love them. I actually love Fox VTubers. I think Fox VTubers are my favorite. I always have a thing for Fox VTubers, so I've always loved them. If I ever see one, I'm just like, hi, you want to come on my show? You know, I'm just saying, you know? All the good stuff.
You wanna come on my show? You wanna come hang out with me?
You want to come to my store? Just hang out, just hang out with me.
I there is so many, and it was like, what I was also worried about was, because yes, there is a lot, and I was like worried that it was gonna be like super oversaturated, but like I couldn't see myself being anything else. There were different ideas I had when I was initially coming up, like form the idea of the VTuber model, which for anybody that's thinking about it, take your time. Oh my goodness. Like it is very hard. It is very hard, especially finding something that are like you are going to have represent you. And I was really just, I couldn't let it go. I was like, I really wanted to do this, but I had this thing of like, I love the idea of like, I love the big ears and the big tail and everything. And I don't know, I couldn't let it go. It was something I really had to lean into, and plus I felt like it matched the energy of Taiga. To me is in the sense of like a trickster, if you will, and a gremlin. And I feel like having these like big elements of them, not like just like the ears being so expressive, and like just overall kind of being very warm and very like just in your face, was very much something I wanted.
No, which I can see that. I can definitely see that. And I'm not saying anything bad about it. I think having a fox as a person is great. In fact, I'm actually getting a model myself down the road, which I'm super excited about. And guess what? He's kind of a fox too, so I can't do it. I know. I'm going to join the fox community. Not as a furry though. Stabilize that right off the bat.
Absolutely.
But the question I was going to ask you is that out of all the VTubers out there, especially the
Mm-hmm.
Fox VTubers. What do you bring to the community that helps you stand out from all of them?
I am very unashamedly myself.
Yeah, you
I
don't
am
hide yourself very well.
no,
You are who
no.
you are.
I literally can't even if I wanted to. Which I think is hilarious because I think some people when it comes to streaming that like I think as a whole, I think we have a personality that comes on, which is like undoubtedly it's just it's like if you were to work in customer service, it's like picking up a phone and your voice automatically shoots up about like 5 decibels when you pick up the phone.
Hmm.
Like you can't help it. It just is kind of like how it is. But in the end, there is an element where you have to blend yourself in because you never will be comfortable. It is I think people that go on and try to be something different, if it is something you are comfortable doing, go for it. If that makes you feel more at peace about it. But if you have the ability to bring fully yourself, you will feel so much more accomplished. You will be able to breathe. Like I think it's really awesome like that. And so I really value the realness that I can be of myself. I'm also realizing as of late that I'm very I'm very loud. I'm very chaotic. But I have a medium in between where I'm like I'm not that all the time, but I think it can come across that way upon initially like getting to know me. And I think that has caused some people to probably push away off of me because they think I'm very in your face, very just like can't like come down to earth and understand what's going on. And I'm like, no, I 100% can. I'm just excited to be here.
I'm excited, and like
Literally.
we're going on this train, and you following with me. If you fall off, then I'm sorry. You have to jump on the next train. I'll come back around, guys. I'll come back around.
And that's something that is something I treasure so much about being able to be a part of the community because equally as much as there I think there's those that have skipped over me because of that I have met those who have matched my energy or have outdone that energy
Ooh.
have like really understand me. And I think it's so awesome to be able to find that footing. I think the hardest thing people run into within when it comes to streaming is finding an audience that is like they can feel related to, they can feel seen. And there is an audience for everybody, trust me. Like there's people that when they get started that is I think the really kind of it can feel like really defeating in the sense of like when you are still kind of growing, you're still cooking, you're still having to kind of put yourself a little bit out there in the line. And with me being so outspoken, me being so just like I've said it so many times where I'm like, and the community has seen it happen live whenever I'll say some stuff, and I'm like, I just want to put those words back in my mouth. Like I'm like, I just can't believe I said that. But I think I bring a lot of a weird kind of like a family vibe in a sense of I am your aunt who is
And
going to probably like you shouldn't do this, but I will take you to the function anyway. You know?
yeah, it's like you're the aunt. You're the cool aunt. You're the
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
aunt. Where like whenever you come by to like see the kids will
Mhm.
go to the mall and go to those sus areas that they're not
Yeah,
allowed to
yeah.
go to. But you're the cool
Like,
aunt, so you'll take those.
yeah.
You'll learn about this eventually.
Oh yeah, it's like you shouldn't do this. Don't tell your mom.
Don't tell your mom.
uh,
That should be your tagline. Tiger May. Don't tell your mom about me.
I do also think I bring a lot of the openness in the sense of I mentioned I don't like gatekeeping. I fully want people to be able to experience this awesome thing that I've been able to be a part of. A lot of questions that I've had really patient people help me with. I have kind of gone through the cesspool that is Twitter sometimes and will reach out and stuff like that. But I can totally understand it's very intimidating because unfortunately there are those who would prefer that they don't want to share that information. To each their own. you know. But I fully believe in, like, let me help you. You want to have a question? I'm totally down. Let me tell you where I went. Let me tell you. Here's the receipt, kind of thing.
Which is nice. It's good to know because, like, so I reached out to a lot of my favorite content creators who I have interviewed on my show to ask them
Hmm.
for some advice for model making and kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And some of them were super expensive. Like, they sent me
Mm.
links, they sent me all this kind of stuff that. But then there was one of them that was actually like someone I've been looking up to forever. And I asked them about
Hmm.
it. Hey, I'm finally getting this thing going. They're kind of like, just do this, like do what you're doing right now, but with a
Yeah.
avatar over you.
Absolutely.
I'm just like, oh, well, I was kind
Yeah.
of hoping more like information, but yeah,
Oh
it's okay.
yeah.
It's great. It's great. Because like, there's nothing against it, but I had a feeling that she knew she had the most resources, but she like worked really hard to get those resources, so she wouldn't want to
Mm.
give them out, which is totally
Hmm.
fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I
Right.
just like felt like to myself, I was like, oh well, okay, you could have, you know, showed me some of those, but
Uh.
it's totally fine. Which I don't mind it because I have a lot of friends in the VTube
Yes.
community, and that's why I love the VTube community. So like, just asking a whole bunch of them,
Absolutely.
I was able to get all the information needed. Like one thing I wanted to ask was freaking the iPhones that you use for your V
Uh.
bridger. I just want to know what
Mm.
kind of iPhone I should use because I don't have an
Yes.
iPhone. I have an Android because I think
Mm.
iPhones suck. But I do, but I do want to get an iPhone just for the face bridger. So I just asked him like, hey,
Yes.
can I use any iPhone or does it have to be certain general? And a lot of
Mm.
people will either like very hush hush on it, or they just like straight up just said, oh yeah, anything like 10 or older, 10 or older,
Mhm.
newer, it would be perfect. So it's just funny.
Yes.
It's just funny the gatekeeping kind of felt like, but
Mhm.
nothing too crazy.
And
Um,
it's funny, you actually don't even currently I'm my if we'll dig into a little bit of how Tyga's functioning right now. So like I do
probably
use
won't.
VBridger. Um my tracking on my face is through a webcam though.
Like this one
Um
right here.
yes, yes.
There you go. That one right there.
um the camera that I have is a little bit more high def, and my art papa, or I'm sorry, excuse me, my model, my rigger, basically Moki kind of was like, days before they were going to be done, there was an update with VBridger that allowed it to have webcam.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Um,
That's cool.
like days before, and I remember him messaging me going, "You have to be the luckiest person I know." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Well, okay. Well, then here's my question: do you need a
Yeah.
separate camera for your mouth and your model? So
Nope.
one camera could just do the
Mhm.
mouth and your body moving and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
cool.
technically, the model that you see, the only thing that is moving, that is tracking, is basically my face. And her body moves with everything else. But the only thing that
Oh.
makes this so different to me, I think, because I haven't really heard of anybody else do it, and I could be wrong,
Hmm.
is Tyga's mouth tracking is audio tracked. So my face is being tracked. So if I don't say anything and I'm just like, so like her face moves, but if I'm talking and if I cover my mouth, so like I'm covering my mouth and my mouth is moving,
Oh,
her
it
mouth is
still
tracking
goes
all
in.
through.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right.
So it is an audio tracking that they went ahead and set up for me because of the fact I do have an iPhone. I totally understand. I'm of the it's not the best. I couldn't afford to get another iPhone because I was like, even though I have an iPhone, I'm not going to surrender my battery to do for tracking, like I couldn't do it, and I couldn't afford to buy an iPhone for tracking. So it is possible to do it through webcam. It is also possible to have it as audio tracking. It highly definitely matters on who is doing your rig, and that if they know those elements, you don't need VBridger, but we like VBridger.
No, I
Like
think.
we like it. I'm not even gonna beat around the bush of just like it's very nice. It's very nice.
Yeah, no, which that's why I'm actually opting in for. So that's why I always
Yeah.
thought I would just need I would need an iPhone for the mouth and another camera
Hmm.
for my movement. But that just shows how much I
Yeah.
don't know much about it when it comes to the VTubing. Even though I have
Right.
interviewed so many VTubers in my
Oh
time.
goodness.
If you think about it, I've been doing this for over 3 years now. I've been doing this over
Wow.
3 years, and I've interviewed at least 1, 2, or 3 times a week of VTubers on my show.
Wow.
Yep, every single week for over 3 years. So
That's
I've had a lot of people,
awesome.
and this is the first time I heard that you don't need multiple cameras to do all that kind of stuff, and
This
it
is
makes
this
sense.
is very new. There. So with I think what you may be thinking of is I think it's referred to as VC face. VC face is
Ah,
when you do have hand tracking and stuff
okay,
like that. But
okay.
even then, that also goes through one camera. It should anyway. I think I'm like I could.
Boomer,
That is the little bit
boomer.
out of my my knowledge on that, but I have other friends that do use stuff like that because I think hand tracking is very cool.
I think hand tracking is cool, but I don't want it. I move my hands around too much, and I feel like it just wouldn't be
Oh,
as
I'm
much.
literally doing it now, even though like it's just my face, because that's exact. I do the same thing. I talk with my hands,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I'm
At
not.
most, I can just do this.
You know, that's totally fine. It's totally good. It's totally good.
It's okay if I smoke in here.
Well, you know, there's so many holes from all these VTubers crashing through it. I'm pretty sure you have best ventilation, so you should be fine.
Ah, I see. I see. I see.
You're good, you're good. And Will, I'm not a boomer just because I've been streaming for 3 years. I feel like not
Oh yeah,
that.
no.
Uh,
It is a whole new realm. Especially VTubing. The space is always updating, especially tech wise. Like I said, the webcam thing with VBridger just happened this year, I think. And I happened to be lucky enough to get to catch on to it, and that my artist just is they are constantly pushing the envelope of how they can get better on stuff, and to the point that I'm like they seem like a madman.
I'm
They're like
madman.
they'll stream and they're like streaming my life 2D 5.0 and it was like 4.0 last time, and they're always pushing the envelope, which is why I trust them so much. Whenever they're like, hey, I want to, do you mind if I do this thing? I'm like, go for it.
Go for it. Just go for it. I love it.
Absolutely.
Well, I love it. I love it. Going back to a couple of the comments we've had, Cyber was saying that I'll say that the name was the hardest for me. Like, the way people come up with their names, amazing. Like Tyga's was amazing. Your name was really good. I like your name. Your name is really clever. I like it a lot. Tyga, do you still want that every Fox VTuber is sussy? Do you still believe that
You guys
every?
can believe that?
I
No.
I don't know. There's some sussy foxes that have been on my show. I'm just saying.
There's definitely some sussy foxes. I could definitely recommend some say so ones too as well. I think the thing that can make the VTube studio space a little bit like kind of, you have to keeping an open mind on not putting people in the box, but also having to understand that there is an unspoken kind of like thing when it comes like, yes, like Fox people tend to go that direction, and I'm like, and I think there has to be an understanding of that, of like that nobody's saying that's exactly what it is, but we have to acknowledge that, like, yes, I think it does go that direction a little bit.
Well, I think I agree with you 100%. I don't think we should like stereotypical like the Vox VTubers all are sussy, because they're not. They're definitely not. And I've met a lot of them who are very not. I just think that the archetype of like a kitsune is like they all have this like undeniable beauty with them that like is very alluring to a lot of people. So a lot of people will see that. Like, you know, Tamamo no Mai, which is like the most famous kitsune out there. She all of her designs, all of her records of her is all with like revealing clothing. So a lot of people just automatically assume that if you're a kitsune, you're going to be very like revealing.
Right, and I'm definitely, you know, I'm so not like that at all.
Oh yeah, right? You totally are not hiding anything at all. Yeah, you're
It's I think it's very much a it's kind of a trait that goes into it, but I think it also just kind of goes with the idea of kitsune and fox people in general. I absolutely have met some who are very very shy and very to themselves, and their models are a little more they're very very elegant in their designs and as well, and it's a different vibe where it's not sus, it's more just like it's a presence, I think, about their models and stuff, who are just that aren't very sus or aren't very say so, but they still present that energy of like the fox like
Alluring kind of thing,
alluring.
yeah.
Yes, and they still have it. So I'm like, I think it should be known that it's like, yes, as a fox person, it is very much a facet that you are at risk of, but in the end, it's still you. And if
Mhm.
you choose to participate that or don't, that is totally to each their own.
True, true. Yeah, you can be sexy without being sussy.
Yes, absolutely.
And no, Will, you cannot touch your tail. I tried to touch your tail and I got bitten, so you gotta watch out for that. No, just let you know, do not go
If
too ham on that.
you are at risk of disappearing into the bag of holding.
Yes, yes. It was painful. I still feel that. It happened like almost an hour ago. Oh my god. Trick gives those Japanese culture history crazy that proves that he's a boomer. No, it proves I'm a weeb, not a boomer. I'm more of a weeb than a boomer, I gotta say. Speaking of
You kind of have to be when you go this direction.
right, well, like if you into that kind of stuff, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
look at my background and tell me I'm not a weeb.
I have my shelves of my very various manga, and my most recent figure I'm so proud of is a Taiga Ice Soccer figure.
Of course it is. I love that. It's such a good. Send me
Oh
a
my
picture of
goodness.
it. Send me a picture of that. I would love to see
Yeah,
that. I'll see
I'd
it.
love to.
I'm actually.
I think I might have one.
Dude, send it. I'm actually going to go to Anime Expo next month, and I'm looking forward to buying some new figures. So I've been having these figures, and I have more figures over there. I'm going to display all my figures when I come back. So I'm looking forward to this. Be cool.
Awesome.
And also, Cyber, that was you who bit me. Ow, you bite hard. Shoot. Ah, I still feel.
V, how dare?
How dare, how dare! Who says I don't want to get bitten? I mean what? What? A shark wants to be bitten?
Sharky.
Whoa. My condolences. Trick, last time I went to X, it was not a fun experience. And actually, I took a whole year off, so I actually did not go last year, because the year before that, I also didn't have a good experience. It was actually pretty terrible. But to tell you the truth,
No.
to tell you the truth, a little story time. I don't mean to interrupt your talking on
You're
this,
fine.
but a little story time. I've been to the Anime Expo I think like 2 times. The first time I went there was actually with a girl, and I had a lot of fun. But there was some drama that happened because of us. So I actually did not end up having fun afterwards. The second time I went there, it was I not only had another girlfriend, a different person. And we had a little bit of drama at the end of it too, unfortunately. But also, I was there for work. I actually was a content creator who was hired by independent studios who wanted to record the Anime Expo. So I also had to work while taking care of my significant other, while also trying to enjoy my time there. So it didn't work out very well. This time I'm going by myself. I'm just going alone. Just gonna do my own thing, enjoy my own thing without any content creations or anything like that. I'm gonna meet up with some friends there, so we're gonna hang out. But this time, I'm gonna go there, just enjoy myself.
Absolutely, as you should enjoy yourself. Absolutely. I hope it goes well.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it'll go great. I have nothing to worry about. I just hope that there will actually be Genshin figures there, because the last couple of times there was no Genshin figures. I had no idea why. There was nothing. There's a lot of Genshin art, but no Genshin figures. So hopefully we'll get to see something. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be cool. Hopefully, it's
Sounds much fun.
all the fun. Either way, I'm touching that tail, getting rest of the bit, and not Snappy. Oh snap! Nope. She's defending that tail. That's her tail. It's her tail. No more.
No
It's her
touch.
tail. No touch. It's her tail. Look at that. Her tail.
No touch.
Oh, that's adorable. I like the little look with your with your ears down, your mouth all covered up.
We have an ugly joke that I refer to my tail as smelling like maple, and it's a equivalent of just kind of going.
just she gets high off of her tail.
Yeah.
Oh. She like gets really into it. So give us $50. Let be through. Let's be through. Let me be through. Let me get through. Let me be through. Yes, let me through. Oh, I guess Cyber is the gatekeeper to the tail. I see. I see how this is.
Are you bouncing? Is that what's happening?
He's bouncing. He's bouncing. The bouncer. The Cyber's the bouncer.
Bouncer.
She's like, stay right there.
Brother
It's like,
protect. Brother protect.
exactly. The only time I ever went to AX was during a massive heat wave. So it was either melt outside in 104 degree or be cramped like sardines inside. Yeah, that was.
Ooh.
I think I remember the year, and I went to that year, and that was not fun. I want
Oh my.
I want more One Piece and Demon Slayer figures, right? I want to see some cool Demon Slayer figures. That'd be really cool to see. I like that.
I have one
which
that I'm very proud of my Tanjiro figure that
Ooh.
is oh gosh, I don't even know how to describe him. He's it's him doing his his fire breathing basically. I forget which form it is, but it is it's one of my it was one of my very first like big like eccentric figures, and I remember I spent days not being able to like I'd walk by and I'm like, hi Denjiro, like I
I
was
did
so excited.
you.
I
I
was so
did
happy with him.
you. I love that. I love that. That's so cool. I have one. I have one of his figures over there, I think. Yeah, it's right there.
Nice,
Yeah, it's really cool.
nice.
It's really cool. Yeah, I'll send you a picture of him. I'll send you a picture of him.
Sure.
I saw one of the Flames has hits for $3,000. I can only wish I have one day. One day we'll have money. We'll have one day.
Oh my goodness.
And Will, no touch for you. No touch for you. I'm sorry.
No touch.
Tempting. Oh, you know the One Piece figure I would have loved to see, but never did. The one of the Big Mom, where she was raiding on
Emaciated.
emaciated. I was like, what words? It's too
No,
early
you're
for this
good.
for me. Such chilling scene is in the manga, but I don't think I ever saw the figure. Oh, okay. Well, Will, you can't touch the tail. I'm sorry. But you'll at least be able to get a spin, so that's going to be good. You get a spin. And after that, I think we have Shark. Yeah, Shark is going to be the next spin.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for fun? Or what do you do for fun for your free time?
I was about to say, this.
That's why I had to change it up. What do you do for your free time when you're
Good
not streaming?
call. Good call. I actually do a lot of art stuff. I recently was funded a tablet from the community, which was really
Ooh.
cool. I'm working on some stuff on the side that I'm not confident enough in sharing it yet, but I'm getting the hang of it. As I'm going from being more of a on hands, like drawing on paper with pencil and stuff, to doing digital stuff, which is a little overwhelming, but like it's really cool. I like to I like to hang out with my friends. One of my IRL friends actually does kind of know what I do, and she teases me about it sometimes because she's not quite in this world of understanding what's going on. But she knows about the streaming. She knows a little bit I do. She knows about, like, she's had some video game stuff about her that she knows herself. In fact, I remember one of the times she texted me a picture of Morgana and was like, you should cosplay this. And I was like, oh my god.
You cosplay this.
you should do this. And I like to do that. I also like to just hang out with my dog, my son Freddie.
Your boy.
My very good boy. And yeah, I'm pretty low energy. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to touch more grass, for where I am, it is just like, for lack of better words, but trying to really push of what I'm saying of how bad the weather can be, especially is why I'm not so excited about summer. Is it turns into like Satan's taint here. It's so fucking hot. It's ridiculous. It's gross.
I'm so sorry you have to deal with Satan's taint. It's not a fun day.
But overall, I'm like, yeah, I like to do that. I'm always still gaming sometimes. I like to hang out with the community when I can. I've recently realized I do not have as many spoons as I used to, and as much as I'd like, which is really unfortunate because there's so many awesome people in my community that always are trying to hang out with me, and I just I
Yeah.
get so bad. I just can't. I don't like to half-ass energy towards anybody. I like to be fully present with people, and I'm like, people deserve to have that energy full on. So, and that's just how I am. I'm like, I if I don't feel it, I'm not gonna fake it. I can't.
Oh no! I respect that, and I'm guessing that's
Mm.
one you do right now too. So I appreciate it
Yeah,
immensely as well.
absolutely.
No, 100%, 100%. And I think that's a good thing to do because it means that, like, yeah, we might not be able to hang out with you as much, but when we do,
Mhm.
we know it's going to be very worth it because it's going to be really
Yeah,
genuine. So I like that.
I hope so.
Well, I'm having a great time. I'm pretty sure you guys are also having a great time. Let's keep up the amazing going with Blue Shark Spin. So let's do it. It'll be his sussy spin. His sussy spin. I feel like there's gonna be a little sus with this one. So let's find out. Let's find out. Not really sussy, but very controversial. Very controversial.
Ooh.
This has been going on with a lot of my new VTuber
no.
guests. Yeah, this is a new question that a lot of people have been having fun with.
Mhm.
Hey, Miss Tyga,
Mhm.
is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh boy.
I know, this is the hard-hitting questions that you only will see here on my show.
Mhm.
It's difficult. It's very difficult. I know.
I think it is a sandwich.
You really? You think a hot dog
Yeah.
is a sandwich? Okay.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I make this sussy. You make this
It
sussy.
still has like stuff in between bread and everything in a sense. Now if you were asking me if it was a taco or something, like there's so many routes to take here, and I'm like, I'm like, I think it is a sandwich.
Okay,
but
okay.
It also is a taco.
So a hot dog is a sandwich and a taco?
Maybe.
Whoa,
I think
whoa,
so,
so spicy, so spicy, controversial. Oh man,
Very
you
controversial.
might get hashtag canceled on this one. Oh no,
Oh
no, no.
God, no, please,
No.
no.
Well, like, so if a hot dog was not on a bun, is it still a hot dog?
Oh my gosh.
It's still a wiener, right? It's still like a hot dog.
Yeah.
So is
Oh my
that
gosh.
still a sandwich, even though it
Nah,
has
then
nothing
it's
on
just a
it?
dog.
It's
Then
just a dog. It's just a dog. So now those are the questions you have to ask yourselves. Like, is a hot dog
Oh
a
my
sandwich or is it just a dog?
Oh my gosh. It's got that dog in it. It's
You
not
got the
that high. It's just
dog.
a dog.
You got the dog. It's got the dog in him. I love it. Oh boy, hot dogs or sandwiches drag Tricko into the recording section. Like, seriously, why did you make this question? So I didn't
Very
make this question.
controversial.
I did not make this question. I was asked this question during one of my interviews, and someone asked me that question. I thought it was really good. Well, no, they didn't ask me that question. They asked, it was a chat question. Like, someone asked it in chat to one of my guests, and we both were like, well, that's a really good question. So I stole it and I put it on my spin wheel, and now it's one of my favorite questions to ask because spicy.
I get it.
You gotta ask those spicy questions every now and then. You
Mhm.
gotta get a taste, you know? Gotta get a taste. So, very good, Blue. Very good, Blue. And you did make it sussy because we did talk about wieners quite a bit. So it's okay. It's okay.
Fair enough.
Next question for you, and this is gonna be a nice little treat for you guys at home, a little treat for your community. Any games you're looking forward to streaming this year, or any
Oh my
projects you're
gosh.
looking forward to?
Yes. Oh man, I only recently this year I've discovered I have a big love for horror games. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
I love art. I already love all things really scary. In general, like just I like scary movies. And things that are really unnatural and really freaky and that are uncomfortable. I found like a really weird familiarity in it. I got bullied a lot, like most people, very shocking, and it was one of the weird things that made me like kind of gave me like a safe place in the most chaotic and unsafe place that you could be.
Oh wow, what's it called?
Oh my gosh. I don't actually know if it's coming out this year. I feel like I thought it was, but there is a new Silent Hill game that's coming
Oh
out.
yes.
Was something else that was announced, but I think it was something like it's almost like a PT vibe. So most scary games that may be coming out are that's something that I'm really really excited about. I'm trying to think about like other games that I saw and stuff because right now, currently, my obsession is Stellar Blade.
I saw you playing that game, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're this fits you very well. Your style.
Oh my
It fits your style."
gosh, I have been waiting on this game since it was originally called Project Eve. When it was announced, a common thing that is becoming not so common anymore, which I'm very proud of, was that I don't really do well in Souls games. Because I'm very like my brain doesn't understand the concept of like strategizing that stuff out, or like the idea of having to actually like, you're gonna want to block, you're gonna want to do all these things, that you can't just go up and whack it and it dies.
Yeah, you can't just whack it and it's gone.
Mhm. So Stellar Blade was initially kind of coming across like a Souls-like game, and when I brought it up to the community, they're like, "Hey, it's a Souls game. You're not gonna like it." And I'm like, "To play this game, I'm like, I need to play this game. It looks so good."
But it's
And
not a
so,
Souls-like game. It's not. It's more like Devil May
no,
Cry.
no, it is definitely ended up being something way different, but it's been such a challenge for me fighting these like these bosses and stuff. That's one of the reasons I'm playing it right now alongside my friend Noku, who um I would normally, I'm a person who enjoys playing games on like an easy mode because I like to enjoy my time. Um I have, which no knack to anybody who plays on like normal or hard mode or something. Maybe one day I will attempt to actually play a normal, but I like to have some type of like, I'd like to have a little bit of a leadway.
She's not a
uh,
true gamer, guys. She's not a gamer.
uh,
Oh, I know. I thought she was gonna be a gamer on here. I don't wanna interview her anymore. She's not a
oh my
gamer
gosh,
enough.
I know, baby gamer. But I have been thoroughly enjoying my time. Every boss that I've gone through that I have actually defeated, it's been like such a proud thing for me. Like every time I get through it, it's just like I finally like I get the hype now of like why people put themselves through it, because once you get to the end of it, it's like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. It's
Oh my
insane.
gosh. But I played my first, like, I didn't know it was a Souls-like game until I got it, which was hilarious, was Tunic.
Oh, Tuna's good.
Tunic, I in my head was like, wow, here's a little fox guy. Looks really cool. Loaded it up and had no idea what the hell I had signed up for. And I remember that was like, chat got to watch me play that when I was still flesh streaming. Um and the emotional turmoil that came with it of like realizing what I'd done. I was like, "Oh my god, this isn't what I thought this was, but I'm not going to back out. Like I'm playing this. Like we're going to do this." And I got to actually learn and figure out, like, being in that realm of having an interest to actually play that game. So maybe some more Souls like stuff in the future. Who knows? But
Ooh. Elden
I'm
Ring's
definitely a
coming out
big.
soon. Elden
Which one?
Ring. Elden Ring's DLC is coming out soon.
That's what I've been told, and I actually have like a whole. Oh God! I have a whole thing as to I have not touched Elden Ring ever.
Oh.
And I have a whole reason as to why. That's
Oh.
very funny. That can probably tie in later at some point. But
Okay, we'll see,
I
we'll see.
I am finally giving it a shot. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'm when I say I'm playing it and like I'm excited to finally kind of do it. When I say I'm excited though, I'm also over here a little salty because of that reason.
Well, we'll see what that reason is. We'll see how it is.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to it. And also, apparently, Blue Shark was saying that Trick, was that the reason why Chad is sussy because we follow our streamer? Maybe. I don't know, I'm just saying. I gotta say, some of the people from other communities can be a little sus.
Oh, they absolutely
We still love you guys. We still love you guys, but there's some sussness.
Absolutely.
Speaking of fans, do you have any plans on community days that you like to play with your friends?
Play with the tribe, huh? Oh goodness. I need to be. I'm hoping this year, more probably later into this year, I will be better about it and expanding on it. Um, I have. They have been so patient and so understanding with me. recently because I have really like I blew up quite a bit and I was not prepared for it. And I remember I was actually very anxiety prone about the whole thing. A lot of people were messaging me before debut and were like, "You're gonna blow up. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that." And I'm like, "Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell
Please,
me
please.
that."
No,
I
no,
was like,
no, no.
oh god, because I was so nervous about like kind of things really expanding and being kind of out of hand from there. um and as much as I was excited to have a lot of new people come in, it also still felt like there was a part of me that would be overwhelmed or anything that was going on. So this year I have had the luxury of getting to meet a lot of awesome new streamers that have really pulled me in, and have taken me for who I am. And I genuinely enjoy hanging out with them so much, to the point that I am kind of at this like limit right now where I still have people that are still wanting to hang out with me and get to know me and stuff. But because of that thing of myself where I'm like, I don't want to give you half my energy you deserve to have if I want to nourish a friendship with you. I'm just at this point right now where I can't even produce as many spoons as I need to put out to do that. But I'm
But
hoping to expand this year and to being able to hang out a little bit more in my community and games like content warning. Content warning's hilarious.
I love Connor Run. It's
Oh
so
my
much fun.
gosh. Content warning. I really liked Pummel Party. And there's this game called Oh Dear that absolutely like I laughed myself to tears. It is so simple, but it was so funny. And I was like, I think this would be really fun things to do with them. They're always suggesting ideas and everything, and I see them and I'm like, when I can find my energy and I can find my time, you absolutely deserve it. And I would love to do that with them at some point.
Oh, sorry. I'm watching the trailer of Oh Dear, and it's pretty funny.
Oh my gosh, it is hilarious. I think one of my most favorite things, I think it's clipped when I was playing with my friends B and Spooky, and Titan actually, who is also a Deer VTuber. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
we were playing,
perfect.
we were playing Oh Dear, and I was like, we have to ask Titan.
We gotta ask
um,
Titan.
oh my gosh! And so we were playing, and the way it works, it's almost kind of like it's like hiding in plain sight, but like you have mics in the game, so like you have to act natural even though they can hear you. And so we were running around, and at some point I was trying to figure out where they were around me, like somebody's like the hunter basically. And I
Yeah.
was trying to figure out where my friends were around me, and I basically kind of pulled like a, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And like on both of my ears, on both of my headphones on each side, I heard both of them clap, and we all just started dying.
Uh,
It's so simple. It is so simple. The idea, it's the equivalent of like you have to like being like getting like the giggles in a classroom when you're supposed to be being quiet. Like it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
funny.
Yep, I love it. I'm seeing it now. It's like so you like play as a deer and you kind of have to
Yes.
hide from the hunters until
Mhm.
until the night time, and then you have
Yes,
to like
and
go
then you have
kill
to
them.
run for the safe house basically. And at first, it didn't seem like it was possible for anybody to actually survive to make it, because basically the deer turn into almost like monsters that are yeah.
Yeah.
And you go and hunt the hunter. Normally they never make it, but apparently if you can adjust the game settings and everything, and we had a couple wins and we were shocked. It was
Ooh.
it made it like so much even more like all of your friends just being like, oh
Oh
my god, like
my
it was so funny.
I love it. That's actually really cool. That's just really cool. I think that's really fun.
Mhm.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
I might have to check that out. Might have to check that out. Cool, cool.
absolutely.
Tricko, you don't pay me enough to do this interview. Well, what are
You're
you
getting
talking about?
paid.
Like, no one's getting paid. I'm not getting paid, and I'm freaking hosting this thing. What are you talking about? Freaking
Oh my
Will.
goodness.
Tyga, have you or will you play FPS games like Call of Duty, etc.?
Oh goodness. So I am only I have always talked about whenever people ask me about when they normally come in and they ask me like, oh, do you play stuff like Overwatch? Do you play stuff like
You have a pretty big
uh
list of things you have beaten, though.
I do. I try to keep it updated, which I haven't done lately. I need to go I need to go in there for the things I've done. I normally, my response is normally I don't play shoot 'em man games.
No shooting games. No shooting games.
I normally I don't, but as of late, due to said wonderful friends that I have been introduced to Valorant.
Oh, okay.
Which has been really fun, but I think it's only fun because I have them to play with.
Which,
I think
yes,
I'm like,
agreed.
I think if I didn't, I don't think first off, I would never touch it, but it's also just kind of like, it's kind of getting me used to a different format of something that I've never, like, I'm a console person. I don't normally play games that are going to involve a keyboard because my hands are just not understanding of that.
It's
So
a little bit confusing, yeah.
it's very different, but it's so rewarding, and it's so awesome to have them in game whenever I do like get wins and stuff like that, and how they just hype me up, and it's awesome. So I don't know. I think that's about as far as I'm willing to go. I don't really have an interest in any of the other ones.
Makes sense, no worries. Someday we will repair the studio long term, and this is going to be the whole mess. One day we'll repair the studio, but you know what? It's fine. We don't need a door. We don't need a hole. We don't need our holes filled up. We don't need this random hole that's underneath the desk for some reason. How a lot of YouTubers have been coming into my show. We don't need to fix those things. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Nah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, let's get into the one thing that everyone wants to get into, and that is your body.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, I mean your model. Let's talk about your model. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about your model. Obviously,
Sure.
yeah, obviously, yeah. We're not sus on this show. Never.
Yeah. A common thing. I feel like I should start the obvious so that way I don't have to wait to talk about it later. Which is probably not what you think.
Oh, let's see.
My art mama is fantastic. She did a great job. She drew me very well, and was very patient, and was like basically Taiga came out better than I could have imagined, even in my head. The one thing that was very strange
Oh.
was I have very rendered feet.
Oh. Look at how good they look. Oh my god. Look at the toesies.
I have very, very
Whoa.
rendered feet for some reason. And it's like, it's not something that I'm sitting here going, oh, I'm proud of, but chat really likes to I have a redeem that basically will do what it's doing to me right now, is kind of shoot me up into the air.
Just show the feet, just show the feet.
Yeah, it's referred to as Pete's. It shows my Pete's.
Pete's, your Pete's? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. But they get a kick out of it, and I'm like, if they love it, I'm here for it, as like, as long as it doesn't go any further.
Yeah, that one's not going further. Like Blue Sharks is licking and going ham.
Yep. It's about the direction.
Yep, that sounds right. That sounds right. Okay, makes sense.
Other than that, so I have a lot of kind of like weird elements involved with Taiga. My lore and everything is very simple, and that's honestly kind of how I prefer it. It's less of me having to, like I'm satisfied with it, Like I'm very bad at like coming up with lore for Taiga, because I have the thing where I separate myself from Taiga, where it's like I get to be Taiga that I'm not Taiga in a sense. And so having to try to like write up, I have to like realize I'm writing for the character, not me.
Yeah.
But basically, I have lots of different elements and everything that tie mainly into lore stuff. I do also have, where is my thingy? I can extend on it later, but Taiga's in a sense is a hippie mask maker.
Oh, a mask maker! I love the mask. Yeah.
Yeah, this was designed by my art mama.
Very cool. Very cool.
There were some references involved and everything, but she included a lot of like the maple leaves. There's a lot of kind of like you can find them all over Taiga a little bit that are very small and stuff, because I didn't want it to be the main focus of, like, I didn't want to just be maple leaves all over me. So they're in small things, like the little ones that hang on my belt, the small little eyebrows and stuff that are on the mask, and also in the bells and stuff. It's in the shape of maple leaves and stuff.
I like it.
I do, alongside with that lore, that's why I have my fingers have this red stain on them.
Ooh.
It's very small, kind of stuff like that. And it is supposed to kind of be red is a royal color, is a very passionate color. But I also let people decide if it's just the blood of my enemies.
Oh, huh. Well, I kind of want to say you just got done making strawberry jam.
Totally, totally. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
it's
Mm-hmm.
totally
Mm-hmm.
the strawberry jam part. Yeah, let's go with that one. Let's go with that one.
Yeah. I also there's lots of different kind of references along my outfit and stuff. So I like to describe my outfit. So I am a hippie first, but the outfit that with the direction we end up going, it felt more like I went for a belly dancer arc, which was not the intention, but that's just how we ended up. Um, the skirt, the way it goes, has been commonly referred to alongside my friends and everything. Is I love a good slut skirt. I like it.
I see, I see. Well, hey, if you like
Yeah.
it, go for it. You know.
But there is an outfit that is in Final Fantasy 14 that is similar in the style of it has a little more coverage than this, but there's like pieces of stuff that I took from it that I really liked about it. And nobody ever really gets to see it because it's rare that I'm zoomed in so much. But let's see if I can bring myself in.
oh, oh,
My ear has a
oh.
pow pow fruit on it.
Oh, I did see it. Oh, I see
Mhm.
it. Huh.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bit of small. It's a very small Kingdom Hearts reference that I wanted to fit into there. Kingdom Hearts recently only became a part of my life due to someone dear to me, and yeah, I'm like, there's all these small things, and it's funny because the outfit that I decided to do for this was kind of like I like to ask people, I'm like, you ever played Sims before?
I played Sims. I played Sims. I love Sims.
So like you have like sometimes you have like your go-to like outfit that like no matter when you play Sims, like they always end up in that outfit or something,
Yeah,
or
because
they
it's
always look a
so.
certain way.
Yes, because they all there's barely anything to wear in Sims unless you put mods on it.
Right. This would be kind of that for me. This outfit would be kind of like something similar that I would probably always go to. So like I tried to come up with different things in mind and stuff that I had for what I wanted Tyga to wear, and it just always kept circling back around to something of this element. So that is where that came from. And some people remember when I was PNG tubing that this outfit is very much like I'm not very far from my PNG. The things that changed the most were kind of like I have a where am I? I have a leg garter that has also like it has another hidden little fox mask on my thigh. The belt with like all the hanging maple leaves and stuff wasn't there and stuff, and the mask and stuff on my hip. So it has kind of grown from there, but this has been kind of like this is like my default thing.
Which is good. I love it. It's very nice. I love the style. And
Thank
usually
you.
when you think of a kitsune, you think Japanese, but you are have more of like a
Hmm.
fantasy like
Yes.
hippie sage to it, which it
Yes.
changes up a little bit. I know someone was asking in the beginning what was your inspiration to your outfit, and I think that's actually heads
Ah.
off pretty well.
Yes, it was a lot of Final Fantasy. It was also just the overall kind of like I like the gypsy vibe of kind of like they always have kind of like a flowy. It would probably be more like a shawl and stuff hanging on the arms, kind of high up on the hips type skirts, and probably something that's more like kind of revealing like a bandeau like top, which is what would I'm wearing would be referred to. But yeah, it was kind of the direction I wanted to go, and yeah, I was trying to get away from as much as I do like anime, and as much as I do like that route, and that I in the end I am an anime girl. um
What? You're an anime girl?
I
What?
know it surprises me all the time.
It surprises you all the time, yes.
Yeah. um I I didn't want to be like I didn't want a shrine. I didn't want to be like a god of anything. Which is very different I think for a lot of the like this route and like VTubing. Which like I love that people want to do that. Like absolutely go for it. it kind of goes in the fact of like I've never been someone who wants to be perceived, which is strange for someone who goes into streaming. So I'm like, I am the local little hippie fox that you find and you can sit down, let's drink some tea. Tell me about where you've been,
Yeah,
bud.
let's chill, let's vibe, let's go for it. Let's
Yeah.
go. I bet you have the best maple pancakes. I bet you make the
Oh my
best maple
god,
pancakes.
absolutely. I also recently figured out I can make them in an not air fryer, excuse me, a rice cooker.
Oh,
And they're
what?
so fluffy. They're
What?
huge. It's amazing.
You have to tell me how to do that because
Oh my
that
gosh.
doesn't make sense. How?
It's so awesome. They end up being like little cakes, and they're so soft. Like they're huge.
Okay, well you are required to either send that to me right now or as soon as we leave. I need to know this formula you speak of, Miss Witch
Absolutely.
of the Forest. I need to see this. I need to see this. Um,
Absolutely.
Here's my question, the most important question to all of this. How was your day? How was your week? Is it going fantastic? Decent, all the stuff?
I'm having a great day. I'm happy to
Nice.
be here.
I'm happy for you.
My week was really good. I got to celebrate a friend's re-debut yesterday.
Ooh.
Which was just really awesome to be included, period. And to be able to hang out with them and it went off without a hitch. I was also honored they did a cover of a song and asked for my help and kind of
Ooh.
vocally guiding them, which was such like I was so flattered. Like I don't think I don't like I've never thought of myself to like teach anybody. Like I can't teach people to sing. But I was so flattered that I was able to kind of give them some advice before as they were recording through and gave them some type of confidence in themselves. And they did amazing. It came out absolutely wonderful. It's been a pretty good week. I was glad I didn't I was able to get off work for that yesterday. And I'm just existing. It's been very nice.
Nice. I'm glad
I could probably use some better sleep, but overall, okay.
Sleep is good. Sleep is good. Definitely get some sleep.
Sleep
Definitely
is
get some
good.
sleep. Okay, so next part is I love this part, by the way. This is one of my favorite questions to ask, and that is, what is your favorite part about your own design?
It is probably a tie between my eyes and my ears.
You know what? I love your eyes. Like, can we get a zoom up on your face really quick if you don't mind?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any?
Let me see.
Ah, yeah. See, you have two different colored eyes. Well,
I
what?
do.
Oh, look at that. Zoom in. Zoom in.
I
There
can
you
go
go, chat.
more.
Whoa. Chat. I love it. I love the two different colored eyes. Very nice. Very
Yeah.
cool. And then I do like.
Sometimes never notice, and I'm like, I swear they're different.
That's why they're different. Because usually when you think of people with those kind of like eye conditions, it usually is pretty noticeable from afar. But in this case, it's pretty subtle, and I like it.
Yes. Because I knew I didn't want like I didn't want it to be like super extreme. Like I didn't just want like a piercing like yellow and red eye. And I was actually very glad my artist took that liberty of like how they wanted to have that come across. And I was very happy with it. I sometimes wish it was a little bit more noticeable, but I'm also just like I think they blend very well. My biggest things I had for when I was going into the design for Taiga, especially like with the eyes, was she has like I have white pupils that are like little kind of like little diamond like a little bit, and normally when I put on these eyes.
Ooh.
Inside of them, I might have to zoom back in. Inside of them is maple leaves that are
cool.
going around. Hold on. Whoop.
Oh, yeah. They look like clouds. They look like clouds to me. I like it. Very cool.
Yeah. I like my ears a lot though. I have this like weird
So pretty.
like I think it is very like just fun. Like it just for me it gives off the vibe of like a very like amusing immature kind of just fun little like trickster vibe that I really like, and with the way that they're rigged is made it so even more like I can't get over how expressive they are, and it's always cracks me up, and chat always eats it up because like I'm very expressive on my own, so the fact of them like especially if I'm like if I'm in a really like tough like fight or something and they can see me like my face and stuff like contorting and stuff and getting all frustrated and a little and everything. um it's been very fun, and plus I just like that they are so just they have a whole vibe, and I like how they move and stuff when I do certain things, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I think this is one of my most favorite things to do is just having one go up and one go down, because I think it equals out like this is not going to help my allegations at all against this furry thing, but it's like the equivalent when a dog doesn't understand something and they're like you know.
Yep. You definitely act like a
So-
dog sometimes, it seems like. You have the energy of one, you act like it sometimes, you know,
Oh
makes
my
sense.
god,
Makes sense.
I ain't no beg, but I bite.
I bite. Oh snap, oh snap. Well, get some water in you, because our wheel Jesus does want to get some water as he barks at you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Cool. Next question we have for you, and that is your lore. Does it have anything to do with that tattoo that you have?
Yes, it does actually.
Cool. I had a feeling.
Oh my
I feel like
goodness.
you have a really striking design, but one thing does show off a little bit that we need to know more about is the crazy like breakage or the tree. I'm guessing.
Yes, it is a tree. Thank you very much.
I was wondering.
Somebody thought I got struck by lightning, and I was like, no.
No.
Fair enough. The way that my lore works, so I mentioned Taiga is a mask maker. I actually got that inspired from Demon Slayer.
Ooh.
I like the idea of I forget his name, which is very unfortunate for me because I love that character a lot. Is the person that does make Tanjiro's like warding mask. I love that whole thing with him and that history there of making so many and finally having someone on top. And it was like I don't know, it was like really struck with me. I was just like, this is like that is such a powerful thing to me. I also just like the idea of being able to imbue like myself into like the masks, if you will. So the way the lore goes is I am in a sense a fox spirit, a fennec fox spirit who just thrives about in the woods. I'm kind of like a guiding light. I'm kind of like a pit stop. If you need to stop and you need to rest, there is nothing. I won't take anything from you. I'm everything but a safe. Sorry, no, I am a safe place.
Whoa, guys. I know we want to trust this fox now. She did think she was a trickster before, so I was like,
Oh my goodness, but I like to be a safe place. I've kind of always seen myself as kind of like a passing thought, which that sounds terrible, but I've made a peace with that, and so it's kind of like that. It's just like a guiding light. The tattoo, the way this kind of comes into play is that Taiga, in a sense, I am a fire Fennec Kitsune, so there is fire involved 100%. And that the tattoo, it's that representing of I haven't come into full potential yet, and when I do one day, it will bloom into maple leaves.
Okay.
So that is why it is currently kind of like a dead tree right now. And then it was kind of like set for like maybe a model like way more into the future when that happens, and I can do that. But it goes. It's an asymmetrical tattoo that goes up my leg and comes around my shoulder and down my arm. I am also a transition between the spiritual and the physical of like what's going on. So like that's why I'm able to know so many of my awesome friends.
I like it.
I am not a god. I am not something to be worshipped or anything like that. I am just a friend, and I'm happy with that.
Even though people still pray to you and
oh my god. Even though they weird freaking Colt comes into the woods all the time, and I tell him
Yep.
to get out.
Get out of here. And they're like, oh, she has graced us with her presence. Oh, this
Oh
must be a
my
good day.
god. Oh my
Another good
gosh.
year of fall. You know, I know.
And my friend has tied this into their lore as well. That because I am a mask maker, it's basically that I have sent, which another word for mask is kamen, so it's spelled like Kamen,
Mm.
referring to kind of like a Japanese mask. And the lore goes is I have sent my kamen all out into the world, and they are all finding their way back to me.
Mm.
My
Nice.
friend has hopefully in the future for their design involved a mask that they want to kind of be like something that I had made for them, which I was so flattered. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. So, Konoku, hi, Pope is a
that
Pope.
would be Noku.
Noku, okay, hi. We heard about you a little bit about the whole
Oh my
praise. I love it.
goodness.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Oh
Jesus,
my
I just woke
gosh.
up. I just woke up, guys. I just woke up. No worries.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Um,
they are all referring to him. They are calling him the Pope
yeah, dog.
apparently. Oh my gosh.
I had a dog with a squeak toy. Aw. I
But
was wondering where you were going to get here. Yeah. Well, hey, welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your stay over here. We heard a
My
lot
goodness.
about you. A lot about. I love how in her
Ice
tile
Pinky.
lore, her tile lore is literally saying about it. You know, I don't really like. I'm just a passing spirit. I don't do anything special. Don't need praise me. And then the Pope comes out like, we need to praise this lovely
Oh my
lady.
gosh.
I love it. I love it. Also, by the way, Zero did mention that I think the person's name was Haganazuka.
Oh,
Haganazuka.
let me see. Haganazuka. Yes, I believe so. They're the one with the weird like the red mask with the big nose.
The Bistangu nose kind of thing.
Yes.
Well, you have the stretch right now because Cyber wants us to stretch. So, stretch. But yeah, that's actually really cool. I love masks. Masks has always been a big deal for me. If you actually look at back at my setup, I have a couple masks myself. I do like kitsune masks, so I do like your lore a lot. I think if I found myself in your presence, I would definitely weeb out with you on all this. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Absolutely.
We'll both need to stretch to keep them muscles activated. Yes, you gotta get those muscles. I won't do that one stretch she does in Twitter where she like arches her back. I can't. I'm not that flexible.
So the reference for that was a little different than how it ended up, and all it did was make everybody call me an orange cat, and I was so upset.
You are an orange cat. You are a cat. You are also a dog apparently too.
Oh my gosh.
Zero Budget Gamer, we have a spin for you. So let's see what the answers are. Oh, actually. This is actually perfect for you.
Oh.
'Cause we had such a good time with the last question. Might as well go into more details.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't think a taco is a sandwich though.
Okay, so why? You thought a hot dog, which is just the meat alone without the bun, is still considered as a hot dog.
I think it considers it both because I think it can be if we're referring to how you hold it. So like you could hold a hot dog like a sandwich, and you could hold a hot dog like a taco. It goes both ways. But what is in the taco then that would make it a sandwich?
So that's how you defined it. My definition of a sandwich is two separate pieces of like a bread with some kind of meating substance in the middle, you know? While a taco is one piece of like bread or like a tortilla with a whole bunch of meat and veggies inside of it, which that's how I kind of see the difference. One has two separate, one has one. You know, same thing with a hot dog. A hot dog is it's a hot dog because it's technically is one piece of bread with meat inside of it, you know.
I don't think it is a sandwich.
You don't think a taco is a sandwich? Okay. I agree.
I think it's just like I think there's different formats. Like you could refer to maybe like a quesadilla as a sandwich.
Okay, I can see a quesadilla as a sandwich. Okay.
A taco is just like
Hot dog is a
The
hot
way
dog.
everything is piled into it is so different than like a sandwich.
Okay, so like, okay, now you're saying the very specific things that goes into a taco
Hmm.
will never be put into a sandwich.
No, not that it would never be put into the sandwich. The way that it is put into a taco, though,
Okay.
you don't stack it the same way that you would for a sandwich.
True. Because with the taco, you put the meat in first, and then put the like the lettuce and something like that. With the sandwich, you
Mhm.
put the meat in first, and you put the lettuce on. Wait.
Uh,
Explain to me again why a taco is not a sandwich.
I think it's so like I'm imagining in my head of just kind of like, so imagine if it was like fajita meat or something.
Yeah.
Like fajita meat has to stack like vertically a little bit for in order to hold it in like the taco. If you were to put on a sandwich, you would lay it out flat along the bread. So like
Yeah,
I feel
but
I
if
feel
you
I feel like it's like the placement. Oh my god.
you basically because I kind of see your point, but also I know
Mhm.
there's like sloppy joes is the sandwich,
Mm.
and they kind of like line up like that too because they're just pieces of frail meat
Oh
that just placed on top
god.
of it. So I'm just saying to myself like, wait, isn't that the same though?
Hmm. In the end, it's all edible.
Yep, as long as it's tasty, that's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. All right. Well, how about this question? What's your thoughts on the VTuber community at the moment?
Ooh, okay.
A little spicy. I know it's a little spicy right now.
Very spicy right now. I think it is quite a time for the VTuber community to be very actively being like kind of laying down some foundation. I think that in all good things, in all things that like stuff like this that we enjoy, there's both good and bad things about it that will just always exist. It is quite literally like a yin and yang. Like we have the good, we have the bad. It's just kind of how it has to go. Because you can have very life-changing people be a part of it, and then you can have some that are not so great. But I think in the end, it can be a great place to like I'm being very careful.
You
Because,
being
like,
really careful
because
not to get freaking.
oh goodness.
Well, hey,
Because
think about it for a second because it looks like
yeah.
the chat got hit by an ad. So think about it for a little bit.
Oh goodness.
So yeah. So like they got hit by an ad. So just give us a
Mhm.
couple of minutes. Think about
Yeah.
what you would like to say because it's a very controversial thing. And like
Mm.
how I think about it is that like the community has good eggs and bad eggs, and
Mhm.
there's always going to be like that for me. So you'll
Mhm.
definitely see both of those kind of stuff. But if you do have yourself like with the community that you can like reflect your personal beliefs on, they usually won't increment any of that drama into your community because you already have your stance. Because a streamer
Oh
is a
yeah.
reflection of the community, and the community is a reflection of the streamer. So as long
Mhm.
as you stabilize on like not being like a very controversial person, you usually
Oh
won't have to
yeah.
deal with that.
Oh
Welcome
yeah.
back.
When it comes to stuff like that, like I think it could be a very beautiful place. I think it is 100% awesome to be able to have people who can come in and feel like they are safe. I think that we are past the point of just kind of like like we are at the point now where it's like I am cringe but I am free kind of moment right now.
I'm cringe, but I'm free. But I know I feel like it's like I've always thought the whole cringe movement thing was kind of weird and dumb because like
Mhm.
here's the thing, like yes, there's cringe people out there and there's weird people out there and there's like nerdy people out there, but the thing
Mhm.
is that the people who call themselves cringe, people who call themselves weird and nerdy,
Mhm.
are not actually cringe, weird, and nerdy. Those
Right,
are just
right.
regular people, like just calling themselves like, oh, I'm cringe, I'm totally cringe, and they're like super
Mhm.
like popular and jockey and has money. It's like you're not cringe.
Mm.
You're just trying to be funny. It's not cringe.
I think that like I it's really weird because it is very much like I think it's all mattering on you have a platform that you are on, and everything that you say in the end is like, very much like how you said, like is your community represents you, and that goes into every facet of like how much you are willing to talk about or how much you are willing to show of yourself. So the more you can relax and exist along people who actually want to come in and feel like they are safe and feel like they have somebody who understands what they're going through, and I think that is very powerful. And that is something that I'm like, I think a lot of people, when they look at the VTuber community, I think they really kind of struggle with, because you have to get past this first. You have to get you have to get past the fact that we are all that we all look like this, or that we all do these things and everything, and that are like, you know, like the like Twitch behavior, or the VTuber behavior, stuff like that, and understand that we are real people. We do get it, and that we want to be able to express ourselves alongside those who probably feel the same way that we do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
um I think VTubing and like the community as a whole is gonna be very powerful. It's very
Yeah.
powerful
Oh,
already,
yeah.
but I think like once it starts to kind of like get its shit together regarding there's people that unfortunately probably shouldn't have a platform, and when they do get called out, I'm very proud that people can stand up for themselves, you know,
True,
that
true.
they can feel like, hey, this person made this space feel not safe, you know. And that I'm like, that's not cool, that's not
Yeah.
cool.
Not cool.
It shouldn't be like that.
Agreed. I feel like if you, because we're probably thinking about the same company, but yeah, like when you are like in this kind of space and you're trying to do things professionally, you need to keep in mind that these are real human beings, you know, stuff like that, that you have to try and to make a profit off of. So you need to make sure you treat them as human beings, because if not, then you're going to get a lot of backlash from the rest of the humans, the human communities, you know?
Absolutely.
And like, there's a reason why like actors and musicians and like all these kind of people have all these like unions in place, because you can't just like exploit them as like who they are, you know. It's really difficult, because that's how a lot of like companies trying to treat like famous people. Like they treat famous people as a product instead of them as individuals. And even though like they're obviously not the same as like a VTuber, but VTuber does have like a model and has like these kind of like I want to say like I want to say like stature or something like that, where like a company could easily use that to make profit off it, but you need to keep in mind that that stature is still a representation of the person behind the model. So you can't just take that and be like, I'm gonna make money off this person, and they're like, wait, you can't make money off that person. That's me. You can't do that. You know?
Right.
So
it's I think like things start to get like really, because I for one have like talked about it before with my community, because they've asked me if I was ever approached by something like that, would I go for it, and I've said no, absolutely not. I think it's really cool that stuff like that exists, and if people want to go that direction, to be careful. And you know, if it's everything you want, that's awesome. I'm glad that works out for you. I very much enjoy being indie. I love being able to do and say whatever I want, and being able to freely express things that I feel are like important to me, or that need to be talked about, stuff like that. I think when you start to make it into something like a job, or like a company thing, that's where things get misconstrued. That's where I think a lot more pressure is on. But for those that it works out and that they flourish in it, that's awesome, you know?
Agreed.
I think also for me, as far as like the VTuber community of like being cringe, I think for me, recently I've figured out, I'm like, it's the cringe thing of like being like weird or doing like weird things is like one thing. I've recently talked to them about the idea of like something that I'm applying to myself IRL, where it's cringe to like support or love yourself. So I find myself, and what I mean by that is like, I find myself in my life jokingly going, oh my God, I hate this. Oh my God, I hate, like, oh, why can't I, I don't want to exist right now. Or, oh my God, like jokingly. And I'm like, because weirdly it's cringe rather than to go, I'm going to have a good day. I'm doing really well. I'm like, it's like weirdly, like for me personally, to so like want to like hype myself up, and I'm like, you know what, I think I'm gonna try to do that less. I think I'm gonna try it because I think it would actually alter one, my mental like capacity of what's going on during that time. And I think like manifesting that and saying stuff like that out loud, I think is just literally not helping. It doesn't serve any purpose other than to put some negativity into the air. So I'm trying to like genuinely put that energy forward also into the community of kind of like, guess what, go love yourself. And I don't mean it like the cliche, I mean that literally, like go and say like, man, all the joking things of just like, oh man, I hate this, or I hate myself, or oh, you know, I'm gonna off myself, or all these awful terrible things that we just say because it's just like, it's almost become like a stim that you would say, because it's just kind of like, that's how we, you know, that's how we've accepted it now. Like, do the cringe thing, say it, I
Say it.
I
Do the
like this,
cringe.
I like myself, I like
Be the
myself, right,
cringe.
I'm gonna have a good day, you know, it's not that bad, stuff like that. That's where I find my that's where I find my cringe. My cringe is at deliberately sitting there going and saying, I like myself, you know?
You know, I like myself. I enjoy who I am. You know
I
what?
enjoy who I am right now.
And if that's cringe, then I'm cringe.
Then
So,
I'm cringe.
that's how it is. And I think that's a good way to think about it. Like as someone who went through a lot of years of psychology and who's going to be a counselor, you need to realize that having those dark thoughts is not a bad thing. You need to know that all humans have those dark thoughts. You know, no matter what kind of background it is. Yeah.
That's awesome. I did too.
Oh, hey, look. That's actually why we both love masks.
Yes. That was also like, I forgot part of the more traumatic lore of that was growing up. I was pulled a lot of different ways. I was raised more religiously, but going to school, felt like I had to be a different person around people all the time. So like I constantly felt like I was putting on masks and I never could solidify who I was behind it. There was no solid like default me, and that has only started to try to for me to get to know myself in the past like few years, like, and when I say few, like the past like 4 years, and which is insane to me. Like I'm in my 20s and I'm like I'm starting to figure out who I am, you know.
Well, yeah, no, trust me, it takes a while, like, for anyone to do that. Like, I'm 32, and I'm still trying to understand who I am, so, like, it makes sense as to how that goes. But the thing you have to think about when it comes to masks is this, that, like you said, you have been pulled away from so many different people that you really don't know who you are because you had to put on so many different masks to see different people.
Exactly.
But just know that that's not an uncommon thing. That is a very common thing. A lot of people do that, and they do like to put on different masks for different people. And that is kind of like a thing that goes on with like psychology, but also that goes along with like being a VTuber. Because a lot of people like to wear these kind of costumes to act a different way because they always wanted to be that way. And that does get a little depressing after a while because you start realizing, oh wait, which one's which kind of situation. But I feel like as long as you are okay with yourself, be understanding of the kind of thoughts you have, and be aware of those thoughts, but don't let it take over you. That's the main thing. Have those thoughts, enjoy the thoughts you have, you know, but don't let it control you and dictate your life because you don't want to go down that rabbit hole. You want to just be okay. Just whenever you have those things, just be aware of them, acknowledge them, and move on and do something that makes you happy, you know? Like, treat yourself. I say this all the time to every single person. Treat yourself. I think people try so hard nowadays to try to punish themselves and trying to like, no, I don't deserve this. Oh, I need to work hard and stuff like that. It's like, no, treat yourself. We're in a very stressful time in our lives right now. Everything's not going so well. Go out, treat yourself with some coffee, get some, you know, have some ice cream at the end of the day, you know, have a beer, you know, just have fun, enjoy yourself. So small wins, treat yourself.
Small wins. I would always describe like my depression whenever it comes after me as far as like, it is as simple as you got up out of bed, that's a win. You brushed your teeth, that's a win. You showered, that's a win. Very small self-care things that all manage to start to add up to something is because just because you aren't on that day does not mean you have lowered your value. You are just existing. You are doing your best.
Yep, true. Yep, just keep going. Just keep finding different wins throughout your day. And if you have a bad day, then don't worry. It's just one day. You have plenty more days ahead of you. Just keep on enjoying it,
Mm-hmm.
keep having fun, and you'll get through it. You'll get through it. We'll all get through it. It'll be good.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I actually did, when I realized that I was only recently figuring out who I was, it was resulting in a lot of like music related stuff. Because I have a bad tendency where the mass thing does happen, where like especially in relationships where I unfortunately will take on the likes and stuff of my partner rather than sticking to something that I enjoy. And that resulted from a very long term, like from like years ago. Once I got out of that relationship, so everybody asked me like, "Oh yeah, what do you like listening to?" I don't know.
I don't
Like
know.
it was
What,
gone,
what
and
do I
so I'm
want
like,
to listen to?
"Who am I?"
I don't know what to listen to. Yeah, no, it's
Oh
like,
my
and
god.
that's when you kind of like want to like go and try out different things, because I feel like the
Mm-hmm.
coolest feeling ever when someone like is trying to like break out and trying to know more stuff is that that's the fun part, that you can actually now go and experience things that you never thought you
Yeah.
experienced before. Because have fun. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't realize the kind of music you like is not something you normally like, then try out different music. Sit
Mm-hmm.
down, just go in a quiet, chill room, and just go through Spotify and just find random things and see which one clicks.
Spotify is amazing. I've only recently started using it this year.
It's so much fun. It's so good.
I'm
It's so good.
so late to it, and if it wasn't for my friend, I wouldn't have tried it. And now I'm over here. I'm like, I worship Spotify. It's
I worship
amazing.
Spotify. People at home right now on chat. You don't hear this, but people at home on chat is listening to a little bit of Spotify right now. So
Nice.
I just have a whole bunch of Persona and Danganronpa music going on right now. So this is great. It's great.
Awesome.
It's
Awesome.
crazy. But yeah, no, just keep up the good work, guys. You guys all do well. The same thing with you, Taiga. You keep on doing an amazing job. Keep up the good work, and reward yourself every now and then. Just treat yourself. If you ever have a dark mindset, don't shun it. That's the main thing. Don't shun it, and don't be like, oh no, I'm
Mm.
thinking terribly, I need to stop it. No, don't stop it. Just
Oh
be
yeah.
aware of it, understand it, and then just move on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can I come to the end of the stream? No, we still have like 5 more questions left, and you guys
Mhm.
can still ask as many questions. We still have a lot to spin the wheel, so we're doing it. I see you have a lovely guest here. We have the best guest right here. Look at this amazing guest. She's adorable. How about you do another introduction to yourself for the very few people who have joined our chat who don't know who you are?
Sure. My name is Taiga May. I am a Falfene Kitsune. Very much big ears.
Big ears, very big ears.
Very big ears.
That's the only thing that's big on her, by the way. It's just her ears. Totally
Totally.
not her giant,
Mhm.
marvelous tail.
Mhm. Mhm. Just the ears. Mhm. Totally.
Just the ears, just the ears.
I am a variety streamer, V singer, and just overglorified gremlin. um, but yeah, I do the funny things sometimes on the internet. I'm also just number one crybaby as well.
I love it. I love it.
Chat is way too sweet to me sometimes. I really like. There's people that really make me feel like I'm doing something, and I'm like I don't have to do this without y'all. So it's a constant. It is a constant know you battle happening.
No, you. That's why I actually have a emote of like a Uno reverse card on mine. I love
Me
it so
too.
much. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Well, I saw her. Wait, Will was saying I saw her starting a student screen and was blown away by the animations. Yeah, she has really good animations. She has really good animations. I
Oh my
love it.
gosh. Yes, thank you. That was drawn by a very lovely animator. Goes by the name of Corvielli. They actually were I took the recommendation from my friends Tolk and Yuka and Lamari, who are just names that probably they're just names right now.
This is
But you can probably
names.
find them along like my Twitter and stuff. They have also very wonderful animations for their streams, and I was lucky enough to be able to be in contact with them. Was super awesome, was very quick, and like just they did such an amazing job. I always love showing it whenever I can. They drew me so well, and I look forward to working more with them because I'm definitely not done. And oh my gosh, cat!
Yes,
Hi,
there is Cat here. He's
cat.
he's Maxwell. He's amazing. He's my gamer
Oh my
cat. He will randomly
goodness.
just come up right here just to see. And usually when he does that, it means he wants to eat food, even though he has a full bowl of food.
Oh my gosh, I just happened to look over. I'm like, oh, I'm such like an animal person, like all around, like just hugely. Even though I'm a dog mom, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Oh my god, so fluffy.
He's so fluffy. He's so fluffy. I better refrain from my usual banter with a mother. No worries. She's really good. Mother. Why can't I touch? No touch. No touch.
No touch.
I can name a few other things, Tiger. Oh, really? Whoa. And hey, Tiger, it's your sibling. Oh, so you already know Dan the Warrior. You know that.
Oh no, they're referring to the cat.
Oh, okay, cool. Yes.
They're making
Hey,
fun of
Tiger.
me.
Oh yeah, Tiger is your sibling. Yes, look.
Oh my gosh.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
I
He's a
love
good
you
boy.
guys. You guys are also the worst.
I love it. All right, next question for you.
Mhm.
What has changed since you first started streaming compared to now?
Ooh, a lot. Overall, I think my confidence in talking and kind of taking a lead a little bit when it comes to streams. There's some days where head is just empty.
Head
There's-
is
like have nothing. I used to be really good about when I was just like out in the world. My brain is really good at spawning like what you call like shower thoughts.
Oh, I
where,
have
like-
all the shit on
Like, and I would just like I would type it into my phone and would try to remember to like bring it up on stream or something because I had the most like, and they range from like something as like so like a good example is like if you had a limb cut off, where would the pain hurt? And you would say like imagine if you had your like arm cut off and you would say in your arm, but your arm's not
arm's
there
gone.
anymore.
Like,
So where does it hurt? So
what?
it gets as existential where it goes like that or it goes into a real like it was such a harrowing thing like realization I had that had my fellow streamers in chat that were telling me to stop because I was like you ever had that moment you're streaming and your brain just kind of becomes very situationally around of what is going on of like I told them I was like I had such an awful mental moment of going in the end I'm sitting here in a room by myself laughing and stuff in the quiet and nobody else is there and I was like that's and they were like stop
it! Don't say that! Don't say this! Well, that's what happens when you like live it with another person, where you like you like enjoying yourself, you're doing a collab, you're having all this fun, and then all of a sudden someone walks in, and he's like, "What the frick are you laughing at?" And I'm like,
yes.
Like,
oh my gosh, and you kind of like you just like become very like your brain just does like a full 360 of like your whole surrounding. You're just sitting here just like fully aware of like, oh my god, I'm literally sitting here by myself, giggling and laughing and stuff by myself.
That's what happens when I'm done streaming and I turn it off and I'm just like, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Okay, that's cool
oh
and
my
all.
goodness. But I have grown so comfortable into like talking online and being very very personable with people and really like I used to worry about that being perceived a little too much. I'm always constantly in a state of like being prepared for like that one person who comes in that just doesn't understand or like has something to say or something. And I luckily have such like my community is so awesome to the point of like I had somebody come in and attempt to roast me about something and which I then flipped and roasted myself because it was funny and they were all just like that's not cool of that person to do that or anything like that and it was the most protected I felt of somebody kind of like sometimes I worry if like I'm let's dip into trauma of if I'm like if it is valid or if I'm being dramatic about something and
chat and the community as a whole they always make me feel valid in my feelings, and are just like I feel like a really comforting like vibe anytime I come to stream. There's times sometimes when it's really hard to hit the go live button because my brain doesn't produce the chemical to be like awake. So when I say I'm tired, I'm always tired. And that mixes into other mental illnesses and stuff that I experience and stuff like that. Even though they don't define me, they definitely kind of lack on me a little bit more than I'd like them to. And so sometimes it's hard to hit the go live button, and I've told them this before, where I'm like, it's really hard to do it, but I never regret it. I never regret it. Every time I go in, I'm always glad that I did. Something else that has changed a lot is obviously like well, for one, I am a VTuber now, so that
That's true.
that I did my time of PNG tubing, and that alone was really fun. It was gave me a chance to really kind of like, I didn't have to worry about how I was looking or anything like that. It was just simply of my voice alone, and I'm very much used to always talking because I talk way too much.
What?
There's a
Never.
ongoing joke of the streams that, hey, we're gonna get into the game in about an hour because I'm gonna be talking for the hour before we get to the game.
Which nothing wrong with that. I think that's totally good.
A lot of things that came also with this is the scuff. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I thought it was an ongoing joke. I thought it was 100% like, it was just like, haha, VTubers, scuff. Literally, I have never experienced times where I've had technical difficulties more than when I started VTubing. It is insane.
Oh, yeah. I know the feeling of those technical difficulties. It haunts me to this day.
God. And I think also a lot of things that have changed is having faith in my protectiveness of my community. I think I used to be a little more afraid of the conflict, and now I am more concerned that the community feels safe over than hurting somebody's feelings if it means they stay safe. And that goes for them as well, of having known if I have made anybody else feel like they can be seen or heard, or that they can come to me with whatever's going on with them, is like insane, mentally insane, like mind-boggling all the time for me. I've never gotten used to it. I don't plan to. The all overall of just anybody that is trying to get into this or get to know me, I take wholeheartedly. And it's something, it's grown so much, especially in the past few months. It never gets old. It's always exciting.
I like it. It's very good. And I really like that you've grown up as time goes on, and you gotten better with quality. But you'll always still be you. That's good.
Yeah, I think a lot of it also is I finally kind of found like a center of being myself on stream as well, where it kind of felt like sometimes I can be getting very much overwhelmed in with chat, or with like sounds and stuff that are going on, which always makes me feel, I get really, really anxiety prone about it, because I feel like I'm not doing the streamer thing, or I get in my head about things, and they never make me feel like that. They never make me feel like, because I'm being overstimulated, because I always worry if somebody feels like they're not being seen, or I don't want anybody to think I don't see them when they're talking to me or anything. And they have always been patient with me, because I'm as much as my face, as much as I'm expressive, I will literally have had those moments on stream where I will literally be like, all right guys, I'm a little overstimulated baited.
Stimulated baited. You stimulated baited. Stimulated baited. I love
So
it.
they're very patient with me, and it's been getting better, and it's becoming easier to manage to take on all the stimulation that's happening.
No, I got you. Which, it makes sense. There's a lot.
Yes.
It goes into this kind of stuff, so it makes sense. What was Dan the Warrior saying? He gave me a lot of good spots. Look at all I will say is quite bratty and a bit other world that has no relations to a group of people who love to torment you with. Yep, no relationship at all. You should mention your war crime you committed when I first joined chat. You know, Taiga, the thing I will never let you down. Whoa,
Oh my
whoa.
god.
War crimes.
I committed a sin.
What was the
and
sin?
I didn't mean to. I just didn't think before I spoke. I was on one of my really late streams that I normally don't do those unless it just is kind of like they end up always being out of the blue. It just if I felt like it, and it still happens. Shush.
Worse.
Oh my gosh. One of these nights in particular, Dan was welcomed into the chat, and I was talking in a call with Noku about Jujutsu Kaisen, and I haven't been updated on a lot of it. I tend to with anime sometimes I fall off because I'm not quite just ready to sit down and watch them yet. I think it's the ADD thing. I've only been recently watching a lot more movies, which is insane because I'm literally like the kid. You have to like grab me by my shoulders and sit me down to get me to stop and watch something because I'm like I want to do everything. And something was mentioned that I will never do again. Nogu asked me about something, and instead of like maybe typing to ask the question, I said it out loud and spoiled something.
You spoiled something in anime? Oh no! That's like the worst thing to do.
And I didn't realize what I did until like Nogu kind of went quiet on their end, and it was just like Taiga. And I was like, what did I do?
Whoa.
Wait.
Chad was like, no. That's number one rule. No spoilers.
Yep. And I thought it was kind of like a universally known thing, but it was just like literally my brain thought it and was speaking at the same time rather than thought about it before speaking.
You know what? Very fair. But yeah, watch out those things, Miss Taiga. Your brain is all on full blast. No stop. I love it.
Oh my god.
I love little Foxy. It's great. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I appreciate your looks. She's doing her best. She's doing her best. And also Speedy. It's great to see you, Speedy. I love to see you. I love to see Speedy. Speedy's amazing.
They're very sweet to me, and as much as they bully me, it is I have never something that's also changed is just finding so many people that genuinely care about my well-being. Sometimes I worried about like when I first kind of was like starting to get the hang of it of like if I just disappeared, if I just stopped this, I'm like I'm sure everybody would be fine without me, right? And they continue all the time to like I will get DMs all the time. People just checking on me and stuff.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
and
That's nice.
Just like noting in, and I'm just like, oh god, like I get goosebumps even thinking about it because it's such a wholesome feeling. It's so sweet.
It's a great feeling. I will definitely. It's so nice.
It's so nice, and I see y'all, and I feel bad that I need to be better about communicating some things sometimes. Whenever I do, kind of like my brain sometimes isn't ready to like respond to messages sometimes, so like I have to kind of like come back to it. But I've been trying to be better about it, but they've been so patient with me.
Oh, that's so adorable. I love that. I love how loved you are by your community. Even Dan was like, "You are loved. Deal with it." I love it. That's so good. I love them. They're greatest community. You guys, chat. You guys deserve a round of applause. Keeping her mentally sane. It's great. Very good job.
Mentally sane and out of my mind at the same time.
Perfect. You guys doing a great job. Doing a perfect job. Keep up the good work.
They're very sweet.
So Dan actually wants to ask you a question, and it's gonna be another spin. So while you do that, we also got a hydrate redeem. So definitely do that.
Gotcha.
She is the goddess of the furry church. She isn't allowed to leave. Oh yeah.
I almost spit my water, you stinky.
That's why. I'm just reading chat. I don't know.
No. Nogu is who I refer to as Stinky. That is just the default name.
He's stinky.
Oh, I'm so ready for this question. Oh my! I've been prepared for this no matter what. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Well, what is the most underrated game?
community might already know where I'm going with this too, because this is my soapbox. This is my soapbox game.
Put on. Okay.
The Horizon series.
Oh,
Is
the
what
Horizon
is-
Forbidden West and
Horizon West and
Zero Dawn.
Yes. It is absolutely hands down one of my.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. Abe was like, oh, here we go. Okay.
Oh my god, it is one of my most favorite games. It was actually a game that I got in a bundle with my first PS4. Or it was that or it was Destiny, either one. It was recommended to me by the person when I was like pre-ordering my PS4, and I was like, wow, yeah, cool, some game named Horizon, all right, cool, dude, whatever you say.
Cool,
And
dude,
I
yeah.
actually didn't touch it for a long time, so I, being about my, Taiga life, and then was just like, man, I think I want to pop this in and see how this goes. And I was hooked. It was so good. I really just loved everything that was about it. I have my I think it is absolutely an underdog game. For multiple reasons, and these are, I have repeated this so many times on stream that I'm sure they're done with me talking about it, but I do not care.
Do not care.
Basically, when Horizon was first announced, I would like to have a word with their PR team of what the hell is wrong with you. They have just had the worst luck when it comes to announcing the Horizon games. So when it got announced, that is when Breath of the Wild came out. So it kind of just got totally glazed over.
Overshadowed, yeah.
So then when I think it was this past year, it was 2022, I think, actually, when Forbidden West went up, about a week after that, Elden Ring got announced.
Yeah, I was like, why are you releasing your games at the worst times?
And I was losing my mind because it is absolutely a gorgeous game. The first game, of course, is like, it's got its moments, it's a little stiff and everything. In fact, even I can acknowledge the issues and stuff with Forbidden West that I'm hoping won't reappear in something they've hinted at there being another game. I'm like, I can acknowledge where its faults lie and everything, but overall, I think it is just great storytelling. I think it is a really different world that they have decided to try to take on, of this idea of like Earth kind of like going from tech and then going back into almost like like apocalyptic tech, where it's like, now animals and monsters are these kind of like big robots that are murderous. But we're still fighting them with weapons that are synced with, like, it's a bow and arrow, but it can shoot shockwaves and stuff like that. Like, it still has this very clean mesh where you don't even think about it. Like, in my head, I'm like, I never got to that point of thinking of like, is this supposed to be more tribal or is it supposed to be more like tech stuff? And it got it meshes really, really well. So that is my underdog game. I absolutely love any excuse that I get to play it. In fact, I was running through a third playthrough of Zero Dawn with Noku and one of our other friends, Titan, who had never played it before, that we all need to get back into again.
Get back into it. Get back into it.
Because I love any excuse to have somebody go through it. I think it's amazing.
Nice. I love it. And I love that you're very passionate about that. I love hearing people passionate about some of the games you go for. And I just love that you're right, 100%. You should acknowledge it. They have the worst PR team because they are releasing at the worst times. And that's kind of what like a lot of like Sony games. Sony games don't care about what game releases around there. They'll just release a game whenever they feel like it, and it sometimes hurts a lot of the game developers, you know.
And it does. It hurt it twice now on both of these games, like majorly, and like that does matter immensely of like when that stuff is going up. And now, I'm not saying they could do very much. I mean, how were they supposed to know that was supposed to be released? But it was just kind of like it for it to happen twice is something.
Yep, exactly. No, it's I definitely know of some of those games like that from me too. So like I definitely understand that. I love how people stop putting like salt. You're putting like popcorn when you start talking.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna be a long one. You're long on. There's actually 3 games you guys are doing together. Okay. That's pretty
Yes, Noku is overall. I know I mentioned them a lot, but they literally are kind of like one of my comfort people that I know I can always have on stream. It's always going to be a good time. So some days it's easier than to play these games by myself. It's easy to have somebody there to just who is either playing alongside me or just to banter with when stuff is going on. And so currently he's playing through, let me see if I can think of them all. We are both going through Stellar Blade. We're doing Spider-Man. And what else are we doing?
cool. We did a lot of games.
I'm like, there's something else we're also doing. I'm trying to remember. Besides, if it's not Elden Ring, because that's also what that would bump it up maybe to 4 if that's not the third one. Oh my goodness.
Horizon.
Horizon and Horizon of Titan, yeah.
I see. Okay,
So
makes sense.
4.
Wow, there's 4 games you guys played. Well, hey, get through all of them and do them. They're great games. They're great games.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, let's get some. So we got in some really nice details of some of the really good questions. Now let's get some fun facts. Just fun little questions, okay? With the first one that I think you actually talked about a little bit, but you didn't really specify which one's your favorite. So let's ask the question: what is your favorite video game franchise?
It definitely is. Horizon does stand tall, 100%. But as far as like what has recently started to become like on my list right now, and actually due to a change in perspective, I haven't even told the community about this. I really enjoy The Last of Us.
Okay.
I specifically love part 1 a lot. I have not played part 2 for controversial reasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you like 1, I don't think you should play 2.
And that's what I've been told. Now, where I'm going with this is I had a very harsh opinion on 2 because that's kind of what I got told was just like you don't want to play 2, you don't want to play 2. And I looked into the gameplay of it. I figured out the reasons why and stuff because I figured I probably wasn't going to play it. So
might as well just know why, yeah.
Right. And I totally agreed with a lot of those. And due to a conversation I had with some people that mean very, very much to me, I told them I would maybe give it a shot for the sake of they changed my mind on looking at it. That yes, I don't think they took a right route in a lot of things that they did. But sometimes video games do that in order to spark exactly what we're doing right now, exactly what we're talking about right now. That sometimes, yes, conversations, to do things that are not convenient, to probably upset the person because they want you to feel things like you feel things, you feel the anger, you feel like that wasn't good or anything. And I really thought about that, and I was just like, it gave me a whole other perspective of like why I love games so much, that I'm like it's why I think people being able to have that understanding and have that like love for games to the point that it can cause you to have that conversation is amazing. So might play 2. It's up there, but it's also because one of my very dear friends, she does like it a lot, and I would love to do that specifically just for her to give it a shot because I do value her idea on it. Even though at risk, I am very much at risk of people probably not being very happy about it.
What I will say is that I think you should play the game. Like, I don't think anyone should shun away from a game they should play. Like, I never have always been like that. But I will say this: you'll love the gameplay. The gameplay is definitely one of the best parts of the game, and people who did actually end up playing it loves it for the gameplay. They didn't really like about the story and what the turns they decide to like go on, but people really like the gameplay. So if anything, play it for the gameplay.
Yeah. I'm very excited to do that. So as far as favorite video game, definitely gonna be Horizon, which I've already been on my soapbox. I think it's also because like I think speaking as going on a more like if as a woman protagonist character, Aloy is not perfect. Aloy is not perfect at all. and it's especially shown in Forbidden West. And it was actually kind of upsetting for me because in the first one we see this growth. We have experienced this character who is like, I think it's also like the tomboy in me that matches up a lot with her as well. Like I see a lot of myself in her. And but in the second one, it kind of made it seem like that growth went backwards, and I was a little upset. I was like, "Oh my goodness," which is not normally the direction you want that to go. And so it kind of like in the first of Zero Dawn, it's just kind of growing. She's learning to lean on people after being kind of being set as like an outsider, and we see that her starting to lean on people, and we see that happening. In the second one, that almost got intensified of how desperately she is trying to stay a lone wolf, and I'm like, and I think that hurt more than helped than anything. It causes really rash decisions to happen. It causes really kind of like this aggressiveness to come out that was just, I don't think was necessary. But in the end, the overall story of it and the characters that are introduced into it, I think are just phenomenal. I'm not gonna say too much because I don't know who has played it, who hasn't, even though I really want to. So
no worries. You gotta watch out, Tiger. You don't want to spoil it again. You don't want to.
I am so bad about it.
You're totally good. You're totally good. And I do like all this kind of games. And I do like when you're passionate about something, you want to talk about it. So I definitely agree on that. Really quick, I want you to hydrate because you get a redeem to hydrate, and you definitely, you do feel like you definitely would like to have that water down your throat right now.
I do.
Water's good right now, right? It's good. And Speedy also has a question for you. Sorry, it took me a bit to get back to it. I don't like interrupting my guests usually whenever we get these questions. So if you guys say something, you guys have questions, don't worry. I will get to you. I will get you guys to it. I just, Tiger, I want to hear everything you say. I want to hear everything you say. You have a beautiful voice, and I want to hear you talk.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
What is being said about the gameplay is fun. It is really fun. But Spady would like to say, would Tiger's tail be considered a full or a queen size bed?
Neither. King
That's
size.
A king size bed. Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one. I do like that you can hold it. I do like that.
I know it was actually an idea that was asked on debut, and I only recently was finally able to turn it into a toggle. The idea of like how funny it would be to be able to just sit here and hold it. And I'm like, it helps when I do like late night streams as well, or I've only recently started doing reading ASMR streams, which has been really, really fun. We're reading Dune right now. It's been awesome.
That's cool.
And so I'm like, these always help. It's kind of like the vibe, like the set is like, people to get comfortable, blankets and pillows and stuff like that. So I'm like, I think this really helps with just like, I just hold this.
It's all nice. It's nice. I like it. That's really cool. That's really cool. Awesome. All right, so next question for you. If you could live in any video game world or anime world, what would you like to live in?
My gosh, this is really rough because I'm like, there's like either a safe option for me or there's a little bit more of like the adventure that I want. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, which one would you choose, adventure or safe?
Oh gosh, the safety in me wants to do like like the world of Pokemon. Just because overall, it's Pokemon. It's awesome.
It's Pokemon. Yeah, no, obviously.
Like, I think it's really cool. The adventure in me would want to live in the world of Forbidden West. I love the idea of kind of it's almost like a tribal aspect. I love the scenery. The world itself is so gorgeous, and I would just love to be able to explore that forever. Like, it's just not like never ending. But like also like I want a little Togepi. Or a little Vulpix. So I teeter on those, but I would probably find myself living in Forbidden West.
You know what? It makes sense, man. It makes sense. Forbidden West would be pretty cool, though. I gotta say. Cool. I like it. Also, I feel bad now because I was looking back through our messages and I just realized I skipped a spin from one of our newer viewers, Smoosh. Smoosh. I like his name, Smoosh. So we'll do a spin. But yes, Pokemon. I would love to live in a Pokemon world because Gengar. I just want a giant Gengar.
Yeah.
guys just hang on it. But Legend of Zelda, without all the calamity going on, like Breath of the Wild, not like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild days, I would like that. That'd be fun.
I've heard of that before too. I've heard of that a lot. That I totally get it.
Like hey, Breath of the Wild days, I would like to live there.
Mm-hmm.
Tears of the Kingdom, maybe not that one. I don't want to live that one. That one seems dark. That one's dark. But here's your schmooshes spins. This is schmoosh spins. Oh. Actually, this might be a good one for you. As a gamer as you are. What's the most hated game you ever played?
Ooh. Okay, so this may be also a soapbox game that I've had.
do it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so it is, and I feel like it's so out of the ordinary. Like I feel like if people would think it'd be something like more mainstream, but it's so not. It was so upsetting. It's not even funny. Oh my gosh. So like I love horror games like madly. I love horror games so much, and there was a time where I kind of got stuck on a kick for it. To the point I was looking for all types of like horror games. So like that ranged in like the smaller ones and like indie ones and stuff like that. I was going a little outside the box. I played Blair Witch.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? I know exactly what you're gonna say. Yes. Oh my god.
I legitimately, I think it was the closest I had to an actual like emotional had to step away for a moment stream because I was so upset. Because first off, the game is already a bit janky, a little bit. It's a bit rough, which I have to always try to excuse that because I can't make a game. Okay, I don't know how to make a game. Like I have to give credit where it's due. But where I was finding the upset was basically it was so unnecessary you have a dog companion, dog gets hurt, you have to carry the dog through this like canyon bit that it's loops. You have to keep going until it spells out a message. Meanwhile, having to listen to this dog whimpering and crying in your arms. And you can't walk any faster.
Yeah.
And so I was already frustrated with this game at this point by the time I got here, because I kept dying on something that was being very not in my favor as far as the game controls go. And so when that happened, I was already upset and I had to stop, and I was like just so emotionally done. I wanted to put it down. I wanted to turn it off, and I felt weirdly like embarrassed about it because it was a game. It's a game I've played a lot worse. I played a lot worse, like really, really traumatic stuff. But I think the fact in my brain of it was so unnecessary, and all I could think in my head was somebody went through the trouble to program this for I think you had to keep walking through for it to eventually like reveal a message that said something like "Let sleeping dogs lie" or something.
Yeah.
And it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it even a little bit. And so then from then on, I finished out the game, and I was angry through the entire last bit of it. Yep. I just wanted to be done. I was so done. But I think it was also like just a mix of already like I think being already like being a dog mom, being an animal lover, period. It made me feel so silly though, and chat was being very nice and forgiving to me, kind of like telling me that like because I told him I was just like that's what I keep going back to. I was like I just felt so silly. I felt so silly for being so upset about it, but they're like no, it was super unnecessary. They took like a really cheap shot to go after emotions, and it was not good. So that's my take on hated game. I'm sure there's worse, but for me that I felt personally attacked, that one.
Yep. You know what? I think a lot of people actually hated that game because of like that moment. You get so attached, and maybe that's the reason why they did that is because they knew you would be really attached to it. But the problem is like here's the thing about me. Okay, I like to play and watch things that makes me happy. I enjoy things. I like to have fun things. I don't mind being mad at certain things. I don't mind having the challenge. I don't mind being tested. Yeah. But if you're just going to put something in there just to make me feel like depressed or angry at something for no reason other than that and never give me a payoff at the end, I'm just going to stew over it the whole entire time. Like, it's not fun. It's not really a fun time.
It was so unnecessary.
Exactly. So that's why I just couldn't get into that game either, because like I was all depressed about the whole thing, and then at the end I was like, wait, that's it? That's it.
And that was the worst part. It was like once I realized in my brain, I was like, Chad could hear my voice wavering because I was starting. It was starting to set in. I was going to have to keep walking in order to get to the next part. There was no skipping this. There was no, and the message for it. It was just to get a stupid dark message that was in half baked looking blood graphics.
Yeah, it's
and
like cool.
it wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it even a little bit.
Yeah, but the answer in the end should just have been like in blood writing saying it wasn't worth playing this game.
Literally.
That's what
We
it should
couldn't
have
think
been.
of anything else. We took a cheap shot.
Yeah, exactly. But and like what you were saying over there, Dark Souls make you feel usually regularly depressed, but like
Mhm.
the feel you get after you defeat the thing you've been working so hard is like such a good good feeling, you know?
That
So-
makes sense to me.
yeah, exactly. But you need payoff. You need payoff. You can't just make someone do that really messed up thing and then out of nowhere just like, okay,
Right.
bye. You know, it just ended. You know.
Right. So yeah,
Um,
that is for me.
I can see that. I can see that.
There are others like it, but this one is mine.
This one's mine. This is mine. I love it. Okay, next question for you. If you could collab with any VTuber out there, no matter how big or small they are, who would you like to collab with?
Okay, so I have a few
Okay.
that I literally had to I made a list in my head and I had to try to it's really hard to bring it to one because they all have their own like different reasons and stuff, but I think recently if there was somebody that I would be like, oh my god, like please I would love to do something, it's probably Renslayer.
Really? Okay.
I think they are hilarious. I think they match my energy very, very well. And I would love to do something with them. And that's more as far as like, I there's so many others as far as like big goes. If I had the privilege to one day, probably Buff Pup.
Buff Pup is a really good one. I like Buff Pup. He's good. She's really good.
Oh my gosh. And if I could make music with somebody, oh my goodness, sorry, I have gremlins running around me. Probably Issa Corva. Issa Corva is a very talented singer. I would love to have a chance to do anything musically with them. Oh my goodness. But yeah, like Ren, if you see this, hi.
Hi, Ren.
Hi.
Just saying,
my
just saying.
goodness.
That'd be so good. That'd be so good. I'd love to see this. That'd be good. That'd be good. Shout out Ren for this. Shout out Ren for this. Okay, cool. Awesome. I love it. What is next in your goals? What would you like to accomplish next?
I am really wanting to push out and take seriously doing some more music stuff.
I'll love to hear it.
My friends have been pushing out like some covers and stuff. I had some really talented friends like Ruby Cafe and Gabby, both have put out their own covers that are really, really awesome. And I, ever since debut, when I did my really raw vocals on the covers that I did, people have asked me, you know, like, oh, are you gonna put them on YouTube or something like that? I'm like, I would like to maybe redo them or do something else that is actually mixed and that I'm proud of, so that way I can put it out, because I would love to feed that aspect of like the community, as far as like I would feel really satisfied in being able to show that side of me. I have very crippling anxiety, which is so unfair. Was so unfair when it comes to doing things musically. That's why chat normally kind of knows the joke of like, I normally will kind of mindlessly start singing on stream. But the second somebody's like, oh my god, you're just so good, like, wow, it's so beautiful, I'm like, stop. Don't talk about it. Oh my god. And so I'm like, I would love to push for that. I'd love to actually like sit down and take that a little more seriously. I do have a new outfit in the works with my art mama that I'm excited to show. I did give the community a bit of a sneak peek a couple months back. That was actually drawn by my friend Gab, and they did such a great job, and I'm really excited. But yeah, that's kind of really my big like immediate things that I'm trying to do right now.
I like it. I want to hear you sing some more. I bet this is gonna be freaking amazing. So, chat, make sure she keeps up on it. I want to see it. I'd love to hear it. Last part. Are you ready for the last question of the night?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. This is my favorite question to ask because no matter who you are, no matter how little you are, how big you are, how long you've been streaming for, a week or 5 years,
Mhm.
you always have something to say about this. And that is, do you have any advice for those who might want to get into VTubing/streaming?
Absolutely. As cliche as it will sound, and more going along like a VTubing aspect. It's very cliche, and I know we've all said it, is that you don't need a big fancy model to make it. Um, this is my first model that I've
Oh.
had, and this was after a long time of saving. This was after a long time of researching who it was I want to go through. I think I had about like 10 different artists that I ran through before I finally decided who was financially I was willing to work with, that whose art that I really loved. Even though it took months, I think Tyga overall took almost 9 months before I actually got any traction going on when I would see that she was done. Um, and even then, just because that I do have her, it 100% matters on the streamer that is behind it. Learn your strengths, learn your weaknesses, and give yourself credit and give yourself grace and where you are currently. You will not stay there. And even though it feels like maybe like it's not progressing at a rate that you would like, finding yourself getting hooked on numbers or who hours that you're putting in and stuff like that is probably going to hurt you a little bit more. Do things that you care about, do things that you love, do it for you as much as you can. And sometimes it just kind of is like you will know if you kind of have like a more personality for it, but the same that definition alone goes in, and like that is so malleable. There is an audience for everybody. You do not have to be like somebody else to be bigger, even though it is very easy to compare yourself to somebody else. It is very much a mental game. There's so many obstacles that come in with streaming, that you have to kind of like fortitude yourself for, and learn what makes you happy, learn what clicks, find your people.
Find your
I
people.
think people, something that I always see that always like kind of breaks my heart a little bit is I will see somebody come new into streaming, more specifically with like VTubing, that will have like a very looks like a very decked out, fleshed out model, looks really good, that are actively like trying to find friends and stuff. And I'm am so happy with the route that I took for mine. I did the flesh streaming, but when I moved over, I was lucky enough to have my artist friends kind of put together my original PNG, which is so different from everything you see right now. It's like she is, oh my goodness. And I was so excited for that. I was just excited to have something represent me. Learn how to be expressive as much as possible if you can, or don't.
Oh, don't.
There is nothing wrong with being more of a quiet streamer or being very unashamedly chaotic and loud. But
What? We don't know anyone like that.
no, never, never.
Never.
Definitely, you're going to want to learn a lot of things. I hope that you can find people that are patient enough to either teach you or to value your time carefully, and learning. Take the time to learn how to do things. I only recently kind of ended up in a position where I had to kind of pick up a lot of how to do a lot of information, how to do a lot of the things that I'm running by myself, because I was privileged enough to have somebody help me, but I've had to kind of get the ball rolling, and which is very, for someone like me who is very technologically challenged, that was so intimidating. That was so scary. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fail. I don't know how to do this. Find those people or find those resources and hold on to them very tightly. It's out there, and I'm like, it feels very saturated and stuff, but it's definitely there. And find people who like are probably maybe doing like stuck where you are. Work together. Find your sense of friend in them. And when I say like the sense of friend in them is don't make it about anything else except that you guys are just genuinely wanting to kind of be friends, go on a streamer journey together, find that connection. I'm very, very fortunate in my experience so far because I've seen when like collabs and stuff have gone wrong. I've seen when friendships and with between people just haven't worked out, and I've been very, very fortunate about the group of people that have like, kind of pulled me in. Yeah, like just be your most authentic self because people will tell if you aren't. People will absolutely tell if you are not comfortable or if you are trying to be a little bit more than who you are. There is somebody that is looking for you always.
Always.
But overall, value your time, spend it wisely. Take your breaks when you absolutely need to. I recently had to force myself into kind of a couple of days off.
Yes, take breaks.
Because even though I enjoy this, I needed a bit of a reset. And yeah, I'm like, don't ever be afraid to be you. That's what's so awesome about this is there is no right or wrong way to do things, and I'm sure a lot of this can go as like things that are just like it's beating a nail in of like how often this is said, but it's so true. It's so incredibly true, and yeah, all the stuff, all the things.
all the things.
The things.
Which I like that. That was really good. I think my favorite takeaway of that whole thing is like, yes, be yourself and do the things you like to do. Don't jump on bandwagons just because it looks like it will give you the most views. Do it because you have fun. Do it because you want to do it. You know, if the game is really popular but it's not your style of game, you don't need to play it. Just play the things you want to play and just have fun. You know, because again, like you said, you'll find a community that will love to watch you for who you are. You just have to keep doing it. Just keep getting your name out there and just keep showing up.
Absolutely.
I agree. 100. Those are good. I love that. That was actually really good. The very good tips and tricks. I love it. That was good. And also, thank you so much for answering all my questions. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been fun.
It's all fun. A lot of fun. We got into very good, deep discussions about a lot of things, and we just had a lot of fun. This was a good, enjoyable time. It was really fun. I felt like your happiness and your joy and your energy was sucking the life out of me because like as I was going through more of the streams, I was like, yes, this is great, it's awesome, and I'm like, okay, try to keep up. I got this, guys. We got this. So she's definitely utilizing her kitsune powers and just swiping the soul from me. But no, I'm good now. I'm good. I'm
glad. It was very good vibes.
It's a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it.
I'm glad you had the vibes. It's vibes. I always appreciate you, and I love your style. And I can't wait to see you keep growing. You're doing a great job, and I want to see you keep going. And you have a great community. You have a great community of people who would love to stand by your back. So I love this.
I don't do this without them. They're the reason I show up, and I'm here for it.
Yep, exactly. And, you know, they have your back. Literally, they're in your tail as we speak.
I know. It's a bit of a problem, actually.
You know, it's fine. It's just, they just watch out when they bite other people. Well, hey, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. That's my home for real. All the home. All the best home. So you guys feel free to ask any more questions. You guys have some more questions. If you guys want to do a spin the wheel, definitely hit the spin the wheel. While we get ready, wow, shit, the cat has a gun. I'll watch out for the home.
Oh my gosh.
But if you guys would like to ask away, while we do that, Taiga, do you have any raiders you'd like us to raid?
Ooh, I just might.
Get that set up and send it to me on Discord, and I will spin this wheel for you because the wheelchair Jesus would like to threaten me by spinning the wheel because he's also playing a gun. So like, I'm just getting threatened by everyone today. I'm just getting Oh, actually, can you read this one for me?
Man, I've lost my power to read all of a sudden.
What? What? There's nothing super difficult. What's wrong? What's wrong? You know, just see, yeah, they wrong with this one.
Is it Cobelinda?
Cobelinda. I love it.
Cobelinda.
Cobelinda.
I
Alright.
said I can't weed.
Alright, fine. Almost got it. I like to slip that in there every now and then. Because I do get some people. Every now and then. It's really good.
And normally I would. They have like got me so many times because like I have that habit of like trying to like read too quickly and like instead of like keeping it in my brain and saying it out loud, it has gotten me caught in 4K so many times.
Darn it, you guys are too good at your job where I can't get it on my job. What kind of music do you like?
Oh goodness, I could talk way too long. Currently I am obsessed with a lot of indie rock music. I like bands, like I like a lot of what's referred to like apparently as like dad rock music.
Dad rock music? Oh my god.
So like I love Fleetwood Mac, I love Led Zeppelin, I like Styx, but I'm also balancing it out with like I like bands like Wallows, Hozier, Phoebe Bridgers has been showing up a lot of emotions.
A lot of emotions. I love it. That's so good.
My friend has introduced me to Band of Horses. That has been, oh my gosh, I just went on a straight streak of listening like only to that for a hot minute. It was just so good, really good.
That's really, really good. I like that. I like that you like your music too, because you told me before that you didn't really know what kind of music you liked.
Yeah.
So
It's been a growing journey. I'm beginning to know it a lot of myself and a lot of the things that keep showing up. And like only recently using Spotify has been really good because it's like something one of my love languages is music. I love when people give me your music. Let me steal it from you. Give it to me. I love listening to everything. And so I'm like, I love it whenever Spotify will just feed me like it has like a whole category of like here's this week's like bunch of new music and it just rolls it out for me and I'm like, thank you.
Thank you. I need it. Thank you. I like that. That's actually really cool. That's really cool. Awesome. Well, hey guys, thank you guys so much for joining in. You guys are all freaking amazing. I always love seeing you guys. Tyga, where can people find you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitch at Tyga_May. I also have a Twitter that unfortunately won't let me change it exactly. It's really funky. I believe it's under like Tyga_May, and it has a 0, an underscore, and another 0. So
yeah, I saw that, which is weird. So like, okay.
I tried to get rid of it, but I think somebody else has Tyga May, and so I'm like, God dang it.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Well, hey, long live the PC. Thank you for the 5 the subs. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
That's one of our most. Oh my gosh, it's one of my heckin' wonderful friends.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, hey, thank you so much. Long live. You are freaking amazing. I appreciate you immensely. Thank you. Thank you. Came in at the last effort. Just like, boom, love. I loved it. All the loves. Well, thank you.
Long.
Well, Long, you're awesome.
Daddy Long.
Daddy Long? Whoa. Well, you know what?
Exactly as is.
If I ever see you again, I'm definitely gonna call you that too. I appreciate it. He'll always be known in my community as Daddy Long too. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you, Long. You're amazing. And also, the rest of your community is really amazing too. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I met a lot of you guys. So
very well
they did behave pretty well. They only called you sub and prayed a little bit to your
only a little bit.
Only a little bit. They long a furry Queen Tyga. Yes, perfect.
Oh my goodness.
So good. And then of course, definitely check out her. I want to see her get bigger and badder and amazinger. When we see her do more of her singing, I want to see more of it. And then, of course, guys, if you ever want to watch a new VTuber and check them out as well, I do these VTuber interviews each and every week where you can get out and check out a new VTuber. I won't have another one until next week, but you'll definitely love to see it. So if you want to see a new VTuber, come check me out. It's totally good. We have one more spin we're going to do, and then we're going to head off to another amazing VTuber and check out their Is it their debut, too?
Yes, this is their 2.0 debut.
Ooh.
Very big day.
So let's go give them all the shout outs. But before then, I think Long Daddy over here would like to maybe write down some notes alongside everyone else in the community.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe some other people in the community. But do you have an ideal date?
Oh gosh.
Oh, the
I'm
blush, the
so
blush.
I am very simple. I'm very, very simple. My goodness. Honestly,
Of course, Naku,
oh my
Nico.
goodness.
Nico was the one that would spin this one.
um, Let me see. I am as much as I'm more of a homebody, I very much enjoy. I like long walks on the beach. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I love to just like I like to go out and get some food and talk and get to know people. Any type of like music venue, if we can go, is amazing. I like this is it's a little more, I guess, like more specific for me. I'm like, there's something referred to in my where I live as like a beer garden where
Ooh.
they have bands come and play, and it's very, very nice. You can get a drink, you can get, they have like cool places that they host that like bring food and stuff. I just like to be able to vibe and
Oh.
be more relaxed. But like, I don't like to be overwhelmed. I don't like to do crowded things. I don't like to do where there is like lots of people. So I'm like, it's a push and pull. So yeah, I'm like, if you can give me good music, good food, great time.
Yeah, perfect. Great time. I love it. That's awesome. Well, hey, they're gonna take you to the best 5-star McDonald's around, so it's gonna be great. It's
Oh
gonna be
heck
great.
yeah, I love nuggies.
I love all the nuggies. Get all the nuggies. Well, again, thank you guys so much for joining in. You guys are all freaking amazing. It's great to see you guys. It's great to meet you guys. Hi guys, it's great to talk to you and get to know you a lot. I can't wait to see more of your amazing work. Let's go
I
give.
appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, it was a great time. I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. All right, let's send a lovely raid to a brand new VTuber who's checking out her 2D model. So we're gonna be checking him out. So give him all the raids, give him all the loves, and let's give him all the nice shout outs. So thank you guys all so much for joining in. You guys are all freaking amazing. I will see you guys next time. Taiga, don't leave Discord yet, okay?
Yeah.
Go. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.